Good evening, and welcome to the Day 3 Guys podcast. We are thrilled to have you.
Oh. Welcome back to the Day 3 Guys pod. I'm Gabe. To my right is JP, Nick, and Matt. 3 weeks in a row with Matt. Super stoked to have Mr. Irrelevant back. We have another crazy week of football to talk about. Week 4, guys. What do we think?
Week 4. Well, in today's episode, we're on episode 8.
Wow.
Episode 8. Got through a whole preseason, 4 weeks into the league this year. We'll be recapping NFL Week 4 matchups, see how it correlated to our thoughts. Pre-Week 4, we'll be updating our agendas as well. We'll talk our Week 5 matchups and provide picks on all those games during our Who's the Betta segment. And as always, we'll see if Mr. Irrelevant is a ball knower. He is currently 23-21. So he'll be looking to stay above that 50% mark. So we hope you enjoy episode 8 of the Day 3 Guys. Time to update our agendas, boys.
Let's do it.
I think one team's in the top of their division right now.
Since Matt and I played this weekend, I think we should let you guys speak on your games first, and then we'll get
Okay, the Finns got a big bet.
We won last night. We film on Tuesdays. So last night we got our first win. Really happy for that. Unfortunately, our first win came at a major loss because, as we all saw the video, Tyreek got hurt, and it is not looking too good for him. He
couldn't possibly look any worse.
No, honestly. Yeah.
I mean,
it's bad.
It's bad, but I feel like I've seen.
Hey, he was in good spirits though. He was laughing. Did y'all see the video of him laughing in the ambulance?
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have to play with Tua.
Finally free from Tua.
It might be. No, but we got to win. My guy's Waddle, which he'll be the new wide receiver 1. So
this is good for the Waddle.
This is good for the agenda.
Good for the agenda. But I think he had 50 yards receiving. He only had 3 catches. So I mean, he's kicking right around. He hadn't had a big breakout game. Yeah, but now with Hill down, we could definitely see that. And this week we have the Panthers, who are we could be looking for two in a row.
Teams seem to have breakthroughs against the Panthers in the AFC East. At least.
Yeah.
So defense played better.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a building block game?
You see, the thing about it is I was talking to you about this last night, but the problem really hasn't been. If you look at our defense, the problem should be the secondary. 100% secondary is the problem. Really hasn't been the secondary blatantly obvious. The D-line is not getting as much pressure as what we need to.
Yeah.
And I told you last night that Zach Sealer is the most double-teamed D-tackle statistically in the league at 62% of his snaps he plays are double-teamed.
Should open up for other guys.
And that's what I'm saying, but they're not getting there. And the only one that's getting there is Bradley Chubb. And he's the oldest one and doesn't have as much go as the rest of the guys. You have Chop and Jalen Phillips, who should be more explosive. And Chop did have.
I was gonna say Chop had a great year last year. What's happening this year?
I don't know.
And Jalen Phillips was great before he got in.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, Chop had he almost had a sack last night. He was offsides, but
I mean, how about the rapper on your team, that football player?
Darren Waller. He's back.
He is back in a big way.
Yeah, no, he could see. I mean, he made Sauce look like a child.
Yeah, I mean,
he did Sauce.
Good for Waller, man.
Yeah.
It is good for Waller. Good for the Dolphins.
He loves money.
Good win for the Dolphins this week.
Divisional win, too.
Yeah.
That's big.
The Jets look bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Jets' run game looked good. I mean,
at first, yeah.
And then kind of fell apart there. Everyone fumbling through any team that fumbles through the ends or on the goal line just doesn't bode well for your team.
It seems like there's something there for the Jets. They just can't find it to win games.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a model throughout the whole year for them.
I don't think you need to overreact, though. I mean, I'm seeing Aaron Glenn hot seat
stuff.
It's all right, relax.
It's still a different team.
Yeah, no, I mean, a little bit of juice. They also have a pretty tough schedule to start out. I mean, other than the Dolphins, but also a road game against maybe your easiest team. So Jets aren't part of the agenda. We'll go to. Are you done with your agenda?
Yeah, I'm done.
That's good. Well, good win for the Dolphins this week. Another good win in the AFC East. The New England Patriots got a big win. I did see this coming. It was a breakthrough game for the Pats. It was a fun one to watch. Other than the first drive, we were a little worried when the Bryce Young and the boys went right down the field and punched it in. Wasn't feeling too hot. And then Marcus Jones lit up the place with an awesome punt return. And then it was all Patriots from there. Gotta love it. I was a happy man. Drake went 14 for 17, 203 yards, 2 pass touchdowns, 11 rush yards, and a rushing touchdown with a Superman celly. He's allowed to do that. He's from North Carolina. So grew up a Cam Newton fan, but year 2 Drake has been really, really good, I think, so far. I mean, I think there would be much different conversations and respect about his play league wide, I think, if the Patriots are like 3-1 right now, or maybe 4-0, but 4-0 is a little reaching a little bit. But through the first 4 weeks, saw this Drake Maye's 74% completion percentage is the best among second-year quarterbacks in NFL history at this point so far. So that's really good. Love seeing stats like that. But the offense seems to be in a good spot right now. Diggs has overtaken the starting slot spot, which we kind of predicted a few weeks ago. Poor Pop Douglas doesn't seem to have the same chemistry with Drake as he did last year. But Diggs, when he's healthy, he's a great player, and I keep saying it. And he had his first 100-yard game of the year. They're starting to ramp up his snaps even more, and he looks good. Looks really good. And Hunter Henry looks really good. Looks like prime Hunter Henry. So the offense is really gelling right now, and actually in a good way. The offensive line has been doing well. We've had a few fortunate matchups to kind of get our mojo back. But when we don't turn the ball over, I mean, the offense looks like it's capable of good things. So I've been pretty happy. Travion Henderson finally got in the end zone this week. We're waiting on that. And even the defense played really good too. I mean, the Panthers are very pedestrian. We've seen that, capable of 30-0ing the Atlanta Falcons and then getting destroyed by other teams. But I think Gonzo did a pretty good job on Tet, which you kind of would expect there, even though he was a little rusty. But looks like we could be going in if Jared Wilson comes back for the Patriots fully healthy for Buffalo on a primetime game. And not a lot of teams can say that they're fully healthy right now. That bodes well for us. I'm excited. I don't know. I mean, obviously the Bills are probably the best team in the league right now, I'd say. So you don't expect a win, I guess, going in there, especially on the road. But I think crazier things have happened this year in the NFL. And the Patriots are playing pretty good football that I'm hoping if our defense can get a few stops, then we may have a chance in that game. Because I do think there's going to be a decent amount of offense on both sides. So if we can get some pressure on Josh Allen, maybe make him a little bit uncomfortable, I'm not going to fully rule it out, but we'll see.
They were in a game with New Orleans for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you never know in the NFL, and I think a divisional matchup, the Bills have been tested this year, but I don't think the Bills are going to go 17-0. They could, but
Commanders will go 15-2.
The Commanders have to get 15 straight or 13 straight to go.
And not looking great for the narrative there.
But we'll see how it goes for the Patriots. I'm feeling good after this week. A lot to like. Not a whole lot of negatives to take from this week. Hopefully, if we can get a big one this week, I may start saying some crazy things, but not now. That's it for me. Let's go to the game of the week.
You guys won, so you go first.
I feel like that's not how that works. Yeah. I feel like you
want to rant.
You can rant. I'll follow it up.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
I took time out of my precious Sunday morning when I should have gone to church, and I should have gone to church, instead of marking this on my calendar and saying, you know what, I'm going to wake up early on Sunday, and I'm going to take time when I could have been sleeping to watch the Minnesota Vikings play football.
Or going to church.
Yeah, and that too. Possibly that first. But I'm going to take time out of my Sunday morning from going to church or sleeping in to watch this game because they're playing in Ireland. I will never get that time back. Ever. Our O-line, we've not played with our starting O-line in the 4 games we've played this season. We have come out there with 4 different combinations of an O-line. I don't know if the expectation is that, we're just going to put guys out there and hopefully they can block for Carson Wentz, who honestly, I can't even put the blame on him because he didn't necessarily play a bad game. But when you can't protect the quarterback, and I will give credit to the Steelers' D-line, great rush. And they were throwing stuff at that O-line, and they were having a lot of trouble picking it up. But when you don't have a solidified O-line, it is impossible to get your offense running. Unacceptable. And our defense, asleep. Our secondary, asleep. We can't make tackles. We're letting what's his name?
DK Metcalf?
No. Well, DK Metcalf, but the running back.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Respect Kenny Gainwell.
I mean, we can't tackle.
You heard his name all day.
Yeah, well,
who it is.
This will come. I purposefully turned the game off after, I think, the 3rd quarter. And I missed the comeback, part of the comeback.
That's what I was going to say.
I
came back.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing to say that you did.
No, I don't care.
The game?
I was
Dude, he's
so-
Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, this is what he does.
I don't care. No, I if you're gonna try and shame me for it, I don't care because I
I've
was
been
so
there. I've
distraught.
been there.
I was so distraught from what I was seeing that I didn't see any way back, and that's on me. I'll put the hand up. I shouldn't have turned the game off because at least we showed some heart and we said, "Hey, we're gonna score 15 points in the fourth quarter." But you can't play 3 quarters of football like that, which is what we've been doing this whole season, playing 3 pitiful quarters of football and then expecting our offensive prowess to get us back into the game in the fourth quarter. I'm sick. Okay, we're 2-2. This shouldn't be how I'm feeling at 2-2. We're 50%, but that's how I feel because we can't get a solid line on the field. Flores, sure, he's throwing stuff at the wall. He's throwing different blitzes and coverages at the wall, seeing what's going to stick. I don't know what has happened to this team, but it just feels completely different from what it was last year. And now I'm having regrets about giving away Sam Darnold because look at what he's doing in Seattle.
Yeah,
It's a valid point.
I mean,
So yeah, the JJ McCarthy agenda. Where's the agenda? Because he's not even playing. So yeah,
well, bye week's coming up. What, in like a week or two? I think, isn't it?
I think it's
I
week
saw
5
that.
or 6.
I mean, look,
so we need to.
Get back to your guy. How are we feeling about this week? I mean, another one overseas.
Did y'all just stay over there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
we flew to London and then had practice there for a couple days and then flew to
Ireland,
Dublin and
back
then
to
had a flight. Yeah.
dude, that would suck.
In other news, we signed Matt Woletsko to our practice squad
Oh,
today, a tackle.
league changing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our O-line stinks. I mean, I have no clue what we're gonna do now because, yeah, I mean, this is 5 weeks into the season, 4th different starting offensive line because Brian O'Neill's out, Ryan Kelly are out.
Very familiar with that narrative. That was the 2024 Patriots. So welcome to purgatory there, and we'll be seeing you in the top 5.
I'm this team is really hurting me right now.
We
and,
start looking at tankathon mocks in week 5. If you guys lose to the Browns,
no, it's
get ready to fire up that engine.
It's truly Jover if we lose to the Browns. So
You might.
all the
They could.
they could do something.
I
Or
think
they
y'all
might
can
not.
win. We'll
And
get
then you
to,
might be
we'll
back.
get to that game.
But yeah, good job Steelers.
Good job, Steelers. Let's hear about the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, good job, Steelers. Like,
Great
that's really
job,
what I have to
Steelers.
say. I got to eat my words a little bit because I got on this pod last week, kind of in an absolute rant, and kind of shut down the Steelers' hopes and dreams this season. And they shut me up this week. For the first time in a long time, I can say that the Steelers thoroughly outcoached a very well-coached football team. You think about the Vikings and you think about KOC, you think about Brian Flores tossing out blitzes and all this different stuff. And honestly, from the jump, the Steelers handled business. They dominated the ground game. The pass rush was just insane. I've never seen us get after the quarterback like that. Derek Harmon, awesome to have him back, dude. I think he's a real game changer. I think he recorded like 2 or 3 pressures from the interior, which is awesome. Got a hand on a ball, which turned into a Deshaun Elliott interception. Really pleased with what I'm seeing from him. But honestly, the offense, Kenneth Gainwell averaging 5.2 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns against the Vikings in a defense that's ranked number 1 in a lot of metrics. I was shocked. Jalen Warren, who I switched my agenda to, didn't play. So probably going to switch my agenda to protect Jalen Warren. But dude, for Gainwell to come out and play like that, and for the Steelers O-line, which has been like not good to start the year, to thoroughly dominate, was awesome. DK Metcalf, finally, like you said about Diggs, he got over 100 yards, had that awesome 80-yard touchdown. I mean, dude, when DK gets in space,
Bro,
no one is touching him.
he's a Mac truck.
And Arthur Smith, dude, great job. He was moving around the formation, got him the ball early and often. He had 4 touches on the first like real drive that we had. I thought that was awesome. I know the Vikings were missing a lot of pieces up front, but this is what the Steelers have done in the past. They play down to their competition. Usually when O-lines are hurt, like TJ Watt, for example, for some reason he struggles against backup tackles. I don't know if it's because his game is predicated on like film of watching the starting tackle or what. But he had 4 pressures, a pick, a sack. I mean, he was all over the place. Nick Herbig, same thing, dude. He's a stud. I think he might be better than Alex Highsmith.
Oh,
Dare I say, Nick Herbig needs to be on the field.
Herbig
He's
is
just that good.
I will say.
Keanu Benton, who's been a liability for us, honestly, to start the season with 1.5 sacks, had his best game of his career so far. Super encouraging.
Looking like the Steelers defense we expected going into the year.
Absolutely. And we got injured too. I mean, Jalen Ramsey went down with a hamstring, had some foreshadowing on the fumble return for 6 where he faked the hamstring injury. Really sad there. Darius Slay missed time. I mean, we were down to our 5th and 6th corners, and they still played pretty well.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to touch on is Mike Tomlin's game management has to be better.
That
you
was
can't
ridiculous.
you can't
Yeah.
handle it the way it was handled. To run from the 6-yard line.
To not go for.
Well, they go for it the first time and
Yeah,
they run.
I mean,
I don't know why they'd run from that distance. Whatever, you pin them back, that's fine. But to get the ball back and you have an opportunity to end the game with half a yard and you punt it through the end zone, which Corliss Waitman said he was told to punt it through the end zone. Why? You netted 19 yards.
Yeah, that made
just
no sense. In my brain.
atrocious Mike Tomlin game management, which gave them an opportunity to win the game or to tie the
I'm
game.
always for. I need 1 yard to win a football game. I'm going for it.
It was less than a yard.
And that was less than a yard.
I just don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think it's just not.
It's poor management.
In the long run, I just think that just doesn't bode well for your team if you don't have confidence you can get 1 yard.
Yeah,
for the win.
The only thing that detracted from this game was the ending, obviously, because we thoroughly dominated for 3 quarters. It was 21-3. I mean, I think you can attest to that. But
no, I agree.
overall, super encouraged, man. This is the Steelers team that this is what they look like when they play very well, and the defense dominated, and the offense was so efficient, and it was fun to watch.
I just got to pull something out. I know my time's up, but I have to just say this. So the Vikings right now, our sack percentage is 13.95. Or it's almost 14%.
Well, yeah, we sacked you 6 times.
So we are at we're at a sack. I mean, we're in the likes of the 22 Chicago Bears, the 23 Giants, and the 2002 Houston Texans. I mean, this is pitiful.
2002 Houston Texans that we
We all know about that. Went 4-12.
The
So
Steelers had 6 sacks and 14 QB hits.
I mean, this is.
I mean, Carson Wentz had a decent game, box score wise, considering what he was under duress.
He made some good throws, man, but the pressure that we were generating, and I'll give TA and Mike Tomlin credit, their blitz game plan was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they were throwing all sorts of disguise coverages and blitzes at him.
The guys looked lost on the
It was
field.
fun.
Like they there was times where I was watching, I was like, they don't know what they're. Sometimes I thought they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So we can move on.
Yeah, we can go. Do you have a Mr. Irrelevant of the week?
I do. Good old. Let me pull this up really quick. Sorry. I do have it. I just want to. I don't want to. Say it wrong. So J.K. Dobbins had a post-game interview with the. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but the ESPN Monday Night Football does a Spanish announcer. They do post-game interviews with him.
Mm-hmm.
We can play the clip right now. But he made some pretty. He was making an attempt there.
Oh, was he?
Some Spanish.
I
Yeah.
didn't
It was
see this
good.
interview.
I mean, we could low key
make an attempt on the Spanish or on the
Yeah, he was
reporter?
speaking Spanish to the reporter.
Was it a woman reporter?
No, it's a male
Oh,
reporter.
okay. I thought he meant.
You were able to move it. Primer down, segundo down, hubo más cadence. No tengo mucho decir, pero Penix es especial. Tenemos que siguiendo con great play. Gonna keep
All right,
going.
I'll end it there.
Was that accurate?
Yeah, I mean he's
What
doing,
did he say?
He's making an attempt.
That's like me with your mom, I feel
yeah,
like.
basically. I mean that's pretty much like my mom's like, oh Gabe, like how you got intente yeah. So that was he's trying.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's very surprising out of J.K. Dobbins. Like I don't know.
No,
Like,
respect,
yeah,
respect.
because usually they
I
do
think-
these interviews, and I've seen them before, and what they'll do is like the guy will like say a ton of stuff in Spanish and then repeat the question again in
English.
Yeah.
He didn't seem offended by it. The
I don't think
reporter.
I don't think it's offensive.
I don't know what he said, so I'm just speculating.
We're just talking about
What-
Yeah, it's just a game.
They're asking about Penix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I'm saying, what did J.K. say back? Like, what did
He was just saying like Penix is special apparently. So
special. That's what he said.
Colin, great play.
yeah, comes great play. They play well. So
That's
yeah,
good.
Mr. Relevant of the week.
That's
J.K.
a good one. That might have
Dobbins.
been my favorite one. So
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a good Mr. Relevant of the week. We also had other football going on this week. College football. You want to move on? This is a big slate, and a lot went on. What are some thoughts? I mean, I think we got to touch on the biggest game of the week. That was kind of a snoozer for.
A long.
I said it was going to be a snoozer because the defenses in that game are really good, and of course we look forward to a game that always ends up being a snoozer, but it ended up being great at the end.
I didn't really watch.
Last.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Say
I was more
on
focused on the
tangent.
Bama Georgia game. To be
Okay, well,
honest.
let's touch on Oregon Penn State
Yeah,
first.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying I don't really have.
I
much
mean,
to say.
Oregon showed that they are no doubt a top 3 contender on winning this whole thing, and I think Dante Moore absolutely took a hold of the Heisman race after that game. He just looks so poised back there. I mean, Dante Moore looks like an absolute stud. I was very impressed with the Ducks winning on the road in that environment. Even though I picked them, it was kind of like I think they're the better team, and you can kind of go off James Franklin can't win the big game, which it just becomes truer and truer each year, unfortunately for him. But I mean, Moore showed he's the real deal, man, and I just find myself rooting for Dan Lanning. I mean, Georgia Tree, but also it's just one of those guys that just, if you're a football guy, it feels like it's easy to root for a guy like that. But I don't think you rule out Penn State at this point.
No.
I mean, look, they seem to have trouble with the big game, but same movie with Ohio State last year in the regular season, a team that was pretty highly regarded in the Big Ten, stumbled in the regular season, found themselves in the middle of the pack.
To Michigan,
Right?
So, let's not
Oregon.
compare. Oh, they lost.
They lost 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well,
they end up in the middle of the pack in the playoff, and everybody writes them off, even though they have a lot of talent. They just can't figure it out, and they end up making the run and winning the whole thing. So I'm not saying that this Penn State team is the same, but they have a ton of talent on both sides. They're a team that's just as capable as other teams, I think, is making a run late. But I think Oregon definitely solidified themselves. It's like hey, we're here this year. They were the 1 seed last year, weren't they, going into the playoff? Oregon. We're back in a big way, and honestly, you can make the case that they may be even better than last year, even at the quarterback position, and their quarterback got drafted. So, what did you guys think of that game? For those that want to speak on it,
I got more on Bama, so
I mean, I'll say that I had it on like a little TV while the Bama game. So, and that was muted.
We are in the southeast.
Yes, that TV was muted. But I will say, like you said, it was a snoozer for the first little bit. But the end of it, I started blocking it out a little more. But I don't know. I agree. I think that Penn State can't be written off, but I also think Oregon showed its teeth and showed they were a real team. So.
Honestly, a pretty sickening ending to a game that was brutal to watch for a lot of it. I mean, it was just back and forth, punt, punt, punt.
Yeah.
What I came away from that game with was that Dante Moore is so much better than Drew Aller.
He is.
In a year that Drew Aller was supposed to be a top 10 pick. And honestly, it's kind of a microcosm of the quarterback class in general. Like Arch Manning, Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, Levitt, now Drew Aller. All these guys have been really bad. Well, Carson Wentz
he doesn't
played
fit in the
I'm saying these are all guys that we kind of expected to be first round top 10 blue chip quarterbacks, and they're getting outplayed by guys like Mendoza and Dante Moore and
huge flip this year. Which I feel does that normally happen? I'm trying to think back. I feel like it doesn't flip like this drastically.
You've even seen it in the mocks. You went from Arch and all these guys in the first round to it's Dante Moore and Mendoza. You see these guys at the top now.
There's been like 5 different guys that have been QB1 in the draft and through 5 weeks of
which is
football.
It's cool to see these guys kind of rise up the draft boards because these are the guys that are playing well and not just the big names. Sidetrack, just to get back to it, I feel like this is concerning for Penn State in a way that I wanted them to win this game to take pressure off of the Ohio State game. Because if you beat a top 10 team, you get that off your back. You go play Ohio State, you win it, you're probably the 1 seed, you're probably going to win the Big Ten. If you can win the game, obviously.
Yeah.
But now you put yourself in a position where it's like, okay, we have to go beat Ohio State. Because if not, we might not get in. They play Indiana the following week, and Indiana's looking like a good team too.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about Drew Aller, man. Like, if we wanted to go where we wanted to go this year, it was going to be because Drew Aller took a step forward with this offense.
Yeah.
And granted, we were always going to be a run-first team, but you need to be able to trust your guy down the stretch.
Yeah.
And also, they should have won the game. I mean, they score first in double OT. All they need is
I
one
did think they were
stop.
going to win the game
Yeah.
at that point.
And then you let them score, that's one thing. But to one play touchdown after that is just backbreaking. And then right after you throw the pick, man, I think it's concerning from a Penn State fan's perspective because this isn't new. Like, this is the same thing you've seen for the last couple years.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's who we are until we get the monkey off the back. Like, it's just, there's nothing to justify, like, oh, we can go beat Ohio State, because they haven't. And until they do, I don't believe that they can.
Yeah.
So,
That's a fair point.
I'm not writing them off, but it just seems like the same team as last year.
Yeah. We could have a whole different opinion on Penn State come playoff time.
I hope we do.
But that was their first true test of the year, and they failed at home. Yeah. But could possibly be the best team in the country that came into their trap and beat them in 2 overtimes. So, you can overreact because now they have 1 loss, and there's other teams that don't have a loss. But Penn State, I think, is going to be just fine as far as making the playoff and having a shot. I think they still control their own destiny.
They do,
which isn't true for a lot of teams. But speaking of teams that had to win and got a big win, or else they wouldn't have controlled their own destiny. Alabama got a big win in Sanford Stadium. I'll give credit where credit's due. Ty Simpson looked phenomenal in that game.
Ty Simpson.
He had an absolute operation going.
Motion. He's got motion, man. I mean,
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Motion.
That kid's got it, man.
First half, absolute operation. Alabama was dicing Georgia. I did think it tightened up in the second half, which once you go in and you make some adjustments. But it wasn't that, like, Bama looked bad after that. Just both offenses seemed to stall a little bit.
They missed the kick, too.
And they missed, yeah. I mean, but I think Bama did a good job.
That was a crazy kick. Like, the misses. That took, like,
that was
missing
the worst
to, like,
bad,
a whole
to be
new
fair.
level.
I feel like we got to put that clip up there because that was literally probably the worst kick I've ever seen in my life. Some people are like, "Oh, it got blocked." It's like, no.
That was Stadium Pulse.
Yeah, but
okay. That's like when you accidentally
Yeah.
hit the far.
Now, we didn't see Max Gilbert because we were in the stadium, but like that's how I imagined he looked in that moment too. When they zoomed in on the Bama one,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, the Bama kicker knew he wasn't going to make that kick.
There was no version.
Wasn't even, I could have done that. I mean, that was pretty bad. But I thought Bama's defense. I mean, I think they did a good job limiting Georgia vertically. Georgia had a lot of dink and dunk going, but I mean, I thought Garner looked okay. I don't think he looked special in that game, unfortunately. And that's the game that you want to get at home, dude. But it just seems like Bama has Georgia's number, Kirby's number, right now. But Kalen DeBoer needed that win a whole lot more than Georgia. But the one thing I will say on Georgia is they had an opportunity to take that game. I mean, you got 4th and 1 at the 10 or 11 or something, and we go tempo and give it to your smallest running back. It just felt like a rush play in a big moment. And if you kick the field goal there to tie game, if you get the first down, you could be talking Georgia's undefeated right now. So it's a big what if, but are we still good on Georgia? I'm good on Georgia. I think Georgia's still going to be just fine. I'm not worried after that loss. That was kind of a loss I could see. I didn't want to say it on last week's episode, but like you guys all went Bama, and I'm like, well, shoot, if I wasn't a Georgia fan, I'd probably go Bama in this spot too. But do you guys think any differently of Georgia after that game?
It didn't change anything for me personally, because it wasn't a game that I thought Stockton was going to come in and be like, oh, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I see him as kind of a game manager, like, get you what you need. But honestly, I was more impressed with Simpson.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen the flashes for the last couple of weeks of him being excellent.
Mm-hmm.
But to bring it in Sanford Stadium, like you were saying, I think that's really impressive. And I saw him to the Steelers in a mock, so I might be starting an agenda now. Dude, he looked great. And I think, honestly,
you can just pick a new guy every week to be the new.
It will be a reoccurring
QB agenda.
But to see Bama win that one, obviously it was a must win.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more just good for Bama as opposed to I'm concerned about Georgia.
I agree.
Like, someone had to win the game.
I would agree.
Yeah. I want to say something that I noticed that I think could potentially be a bad thing for Georgia.
Okay.
Is Gunner, his first instinct is to run the ball, obviously, from what we've seen. And if he runs the ball in that game, y'all win.
I agree.
But he didn't. Whenever you could see him, he would go to run the ball, and then he would pull up and throw it. He did it a few times
in big moments.
And one of the last plays or one of the last drives, he did it in a big spot,
which I mean could win you a football game sometime. But
but
I agree with you.
But I also I'm kind of like what you said. You know, it didn't really change what I thought. Someone had to win the game. I gave my reasoning last week for picking Bama, but it was just the whole like team that y'all have a bunch of good teams at home, and I thought y'all were going to lose one of them. But
yeah,
so
valid.
I don't know.
Big win.
There is like a group of 5 or 6 teams that are. There's a huge question mark beside that's like, okay, who is actually good?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Bama, Georgia, Florida State, Virginia, Tennessee. Like, could go like who is actually good?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was gonna say not even like you said Florida State in that, but I was gonna say how even is the SEC this year?
Oh, yeah.
There's really no
It's a
clear.
Total toss-up.
I mean, you could pick
Cannibalism
out
in there.
7 or 8 teams, and you could make the case that's the best team in the SEC, and give a bunch of reasons, record or players or whatever. There's not a clear favorite, I don't think.
When you
right?
have them actually play each other, like
Dude, I would even argue across even outside the SEC.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the most even college football
Mhm.
It has.
field that we've seen ever. And
Agreed.
I guess that's the point of NIL, but
yeah.
it's really cool.
But now you're
to
seeing
watch.
you're seeing these teams rise, and then the second look at FSU rise, and then Virginia hits you.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami could come next week. We don't know. The shoe could drop on anybody at this point. So
Yeah.
what I will say about that Georgia game, really fun to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like I'm not like preying on Georgia's downfall, but it was fun to be like, yeah, like they've got the streak at home going. Let's see if Ty Simpson can go in there and do something, and he did. So that was and like DeBoer was like literally fighting for his life right now. That's literally a win that he can like hang his hat on and be like, look, I went into Sanford Stadium and beat a team that I don't know what the streak was, but I broke that streak.
It was like,
so
what, 2019,
33?
2020?
so that's what I'll say about the Georgia game. What I will say about the FSU game.
I was gonna say, yeah.
What a hate watch. I mean, I had the time of my life. I just loved watching them go all the way into overtime for them just to get their feelings crushed by that Virginia squad. I mean, that was not like it was funny watching him like bobble it in the back of the end zone and then like the student section even telling him like you dropped that. Like how embarrassing, right? Like to go into Virginia. Like you think you would win that game. Generational hate watch. A lot of people are telling me that I'm wrong for being happy that they lost. I don't care. I want them to suffer. And so what's going to happen?
Suffer?
Oh, I
It's
do.
just going to make your team look worse when you lose.
We won't
this
lose
week.
though. And see, like you think that, but it's coming down. We're going down to good old Tallahassee. Miami Hurricanes are going to put on a classic Hurricanes beatdown on those Seminoles.
Are we still
Yeah,
bugging on the Knolls? Or are we...
You know, I'm still in on the Seminoles just because I think that for them to lose that game, quite literally every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong.
That's true.
I mean,
Loved
you
watching
have
that, too.
the receiver that Castellanos threw to on the curl route, turn around, drop the ball untouched, like caught it, dropped it immediately. You have the D lineman batting the ball down, literally fell in his hands, and then you have the bobble in the end zone. I mean, those are 3.
Oh, that was so catchable too. Like,
Oh well, he touched it
And,
like
and
4
Virginia's
times.
a good football team. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
we they're a team that they're historically a bad program, but have a good team together this year. That
Yeah.
was a look ahead spot, looking ahead for Miami on a Friday night, out on the road. I'm not quite as surprised by that loss, and I will say it does in a way make me think a little less of FSU. I mean, the Bama game I was impressed by. At this moment, I wouldn't put FSU as a contender, whereas I might have before. But that's pretty much all I have on FSU. I think Castellanos is a good quarterback. I think that they could end up emerging as one of the top 2 teams in the ACC, but they're not necessarily a lock at this point. Whereas if you had asked someone a few weeks ago, you'd say, oh yeah, they may end up being the best team in the ACC.
I honestly don't know if anyone's a lock.
That's what I was gonna
Like,
say.
it's just
Nothing's
so
a
up in
lock.
the air. But to rule out anyone for a tough loss, I think is ignorant. Like,
Especially early.
it kind of denotes them beating Bama. Like, that team beat Bama. You're going to rule them out. You're not ruling Bama out. You know, I think it's just you could make that case for so many different teams. So I'm still in on Florida State for sure.
Yeah, how about Ole Miss-LSU? That was another big one
Agreed.
that kind of got
Trinidad looked
overlooked
good.
as a game in a
Trinidad
matchup.
looked good.
Trinidad's QB1.
Trinidad is the man.
He needs
dude.
to start every game.
Oh, no doubt. I'd consider him in the Heisman race. If they
He was
keep it
in.
going.
He
They're
was,
a
he
top
was on the
5.
board today. Yeah.
Was he back on the board?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which guys do you think maybe are your top Heisman guys now? I'd say, I mean, Trinidad is up there now. I'd say, I mean, Dante Moore is obviously, I think, the favorite, but you got other guys.
Mendoza.
Pavia, as no one's talking about Pavia yet, and Vandy's 5-0, man. They got an opportunity if they get a big win this week.
Mendoza's up there.
Mendoza's
in my
definitely
opinion.
up there. Who else is up there? You gotta think.
Ma-
Carson Beck's up there.
Mateer before he got hurt.
Mateer before he got hurt. And you got a lot of guys. I mean, maybe even Tyson.
Dude, I was gonna say Simpson has
No, I wouldn't
quietly
say that.
kind of climbed that ladder the last couple of weeks. I
Yes.
know Wisconsin game, he was almost flawless.
If
I mean,
Bama wins out,
it's
he's for
Wisconsin.
sure in the race.
Yeah. And he just went in and beat Georgia and Sanford and played awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to rule him out.
Agreed. Well, anything else on college football, boys? I think. Oh, what do we think about LSU before we move on?
I'm not panicking. It's definitely a bad loss. But I think Ole Miss, honestly, I think this is more of an indictment of Ole Miss being a good team, more so than LSU being fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Now, LSU's wins look far weaker now. I mean, Clemson is a bad team.
Yeah.
And you lose the next biggest game. So it's hard to make that case that you're one of the top contenders. But who hasn't lost a game yet in the SEC? So
Yeah, sure.
it's really just Ole Miss right now.
I will say LSU's season outlook, if you look at their schedule, I'm not into the fan. I'm honestly just not bought in on LSU. If I had to pick a team that looks like they'd be one of the top SEC teams, I don't think is going to pan out by the end of the season. I'd probably go with LSU. And those wins don't look as good right now. I just don't. They have a tough schedule, man. I mean, it's just hard in this SEC nowadays. I don't know if they're going to make the playoff. I think they had to get that game.
I'm taking healthy Mateer in Oklahoma.
I mean, there's too many good teams that I think just have a better outlook the rest of the year than the LSU Tigers do, and I hate to say that. And unfortunately, that might be a Brian Kelly issue as well.
Nussmeier needs to wake up. I will say, dude. I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's playing bad.
Yeah, I do have one more question before we move on from college football. Does a 10-2 Notre Dame team get into the playoff if they win out after those first two tough losses to two teams that are in the top 5 or 6 right now? Notre Dame on the schedule, they have hardest games left for Boise State, USC, and they're at Pitt, and everything else should be a win. If they win out, are you leaving out Notre Dame? You're leaving them out?
100%. They've no win to hang their hat on.
The issue is they will get in, which is the worst part. I would leave them out, but
they dominated Arkansas.
Arkansas is not really a good team.
If Arkansas
I don't think that's a win
games in the SEC this year against some of these other teams, which is possible in today's SEC.
Is that the win that Notre Dame should?
Right, that shouldn't be your season-defining win.
So, right now, even if they win out, it still is.
But that's not going to be. But I don't think.
Well, USC would be a good win.
They lost too. It's not a great team.
Yeah,
I don't think Notre Dame should be in just because the only reason I think they get in is because 1, they're independent, and 2, their prowess as a program. That's the only way that I think that they let them in. If they do, shame on them, because there are other SEC teams that probably are a lot better than them that deserve to be in there. But
I think they had to win one of the first 2.
Yeah,
they had.
They'd lock in there if they win one of those first 2.
Yeah, 100%.
But losing at home to A&M sucks. That stinks, especially if A&M ends up dropping a few games. They're going to be big A&M fans, so we'll see how that goes. But we could talk about college football all day. But I think it's time to move on to.
Can I go on a Tennessee spiel real quick?
Oh yeah, if you have Tennessee spiel, we're always here for.
Okay,
Tennessee
just
spiel.
quick. We can move on to NFL.
That was a
right
great
after this.
game. I'd love to talk about.
Yeah,
that.
I just want to throw this in there. So we obviously won in overtime, 41-34. Thankfully, we won. Had me and my dad about to have a heart attack in our little room out there, but it should not have been as close of a game. I know, looking in on this game, you immediately think, okay, trap game. You're going into Starkville. The only reason I told you this last week, it's not a trap game, is because we have a bye week, and so this was the only game to lock in on for the players. But we went in there and we played good. Unfortunately, some things didn't go our way. We had a muff punt and 2 picks that were in our tight end's hands that one bounced off his helmet, one was dropped, whatever. But I would like to point out that this game should not have been as close as what it was, because our three turnovers that we had, which were all very avoidable. Like I said, a muff punt from our guy who doesn't return punts, and the 2 tipped off our guy balls, whatever. Very avoidable. And their 3 scoring drives after that, it was the first one was 26 yards, the second one was 16 yards, and the next one was 20. So, I mean, you have 3 drives that they score on that, add up to 60 yards. If that's what we're putting out there, and especially against avoidable turnovers, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I still like the Bulls.
Yeah.
On their outlook, if they didn't win that game, though, I had to be out on them, unfortunately, even though I think they're a good team. But credit to Mississippi State, they have a good team this year, so I think they're going to give a lot of teams problems. I don't think that was a discredit to y'all at all for y'all having a tough game in Stark. But so moving on to the NFL in Week 4, see what kind of surprises caught our eye. There was a lot of good quarterback play in Week 4. I thought a lot of offenses, airing out. Matthew Stafford had a great week and a big win against the Colts. And then, we could talk about Sunday Night Football. Those two quarterbacks both looked awesome, where two breakouts. Drake Maye had a great week. Michael Penix even had a great week. So what did you guys think? Is there any quarterbacks that you thought surprised you?
Well, honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers is flying under the radar. He's having a really good year. I just want to throw that out there, not saying for MVP candidate or anything. But he's been wildly efficient the last couple of weeks. Well, he was okay against Patriots, but huge bounce back week. Yeah. But honestly, dude, I think Dak needs some MVP consideration, dude.
If they have a good record,
he's putting that team on his back, man. He is balling out.
He has earned my respect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Another guy that, he gets gassed up all the time for his whole career, but low-key has been getting a little disrespected lately is Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes looked phenomenal in that game against what could be an awful defense. Yeah. But it was a big game, and Patty, can they call him Patty Ice, or is that just Patrick Cantlay? I don't know. Maybe not. Kind of has a good ring to it.
All I know is the Chiefs needed that.
They needed it bad. The Ravens needed it bad. Trouble. Yeah,
kind of crazy to think that Lamar goes down, everything kind of crumbles.
Is that crazy to think?
They were getting well before Lamar left the game.
Yeah.
It's the defense, dude. They've got
horrendous,
serious issues. And granted, I think we talked about this last week, but Baltimore's defense did this last year. They were the worst defense in the league through that halfway point, and then they flipped it, and they were the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
I don't see it this year. I don't see the turnaround this year, dude. They're too banged up. They just lost Matabike for the year. Roquan Smith's down. And then on top of all that, you lose Lamar for a couple weeks. It could get ugly for Baltimore.
There seems to be a team every year that comes out of nowhere as a contender, and a team that just falls out of it drastically that was someone that was considered widely to be, one of the top teams of the year, and it could be Baltimore this year. Unfortunately, we say it was going to be the Bengals, which could be them as well. But, as a Steelers fan, you got to be looking at this, and the Browns are the Browns, and say, look at what we got in front of us. We have almost I don't want to say cakewalk at Week 4, Week 5, but it really can't be going better for Pittsburgh right now as far as season outlook and division outlook, especially. You guys look like you're going to be hosting a home playoff game right now.
I'm going to pump the brakes on that strictly because we saw this last year. Joe Burrow and Lamar were both healthy, so this is a little bit different. But the Steelers were 10-3 at one point and were running away with the division. And then Tomlin was like, we're getting too far away from 500. Let's lose 4 in a row.
Right.
So that kind of changed everything.
That's what he aspires to do, right?
As long as he's a bit above.
Until he shows me different, that's who he is, unfortunately. I will say, the division is theirs to lose. They control their destiny. Lamar's going to miss a couple weeks. I don't see the Ravens winning against the Texans or the Rams, and I guess we'll get into that game later. But Cooper Rush, dude, even when he came in, looked lost. I don't think they can function without Lamar, especially when their defense is playing as poorly as they are. And then the Bengals might be one of the worst teams in the league right now. Jake Browning, dude.
They look atrocious.
Bad. Honestly, an awesome hate watch on Jake Browning from what he said to the Vikings about they should have never cut him. It's kind of looking like it's a good thing that they cut him because he is atrocious. Another bad defense. Cleveland's obviously terrible. I'm not really going to mention that.
Jameis Winston's going to start lacing up from the cleats, really. Or Rusty.
Dude, they need to do something if they want to save the season and have Joe Burrow come back with any chance.
What if Rusty got traded to them and then just broke the Steelers' hearts?
Honestly, this would be kind of be perfect. I think the script is in.
Dude, that would make the season 10 times better.
He wouldn't do well in that offense. I don't think they'd bring him in. They're very much predicated on throwing over the middle and hitting their guys in stride. Rusty doesn't throw to the balls. He doesn't throw to the middle of the field, and that's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
So
but moon balls.
But
it would be a fun hate watch if they did go after him.
Would they be making edits of Rusty on the Steelers side of
It'd be-
that.
it'd be
So the
tough. It'd be
Bengals
sad.
would start making
Yeah.
edits of rough seed by 3 or 4 weeks in, as
No,
every
but-
team does.
Because I'm hearing stuff about like a certain like terroristic sort of edit being made about certain players. So I feel like Steelers fans would be loving making.
There's
those
no
edits.
bad blood towards Russ.
But
from
like if he
Steeler
broke
Nation.
y'all's heart, like if he went
I
to
just
the,
don't see that happening.
He
I
just
really don't.
terrorizes the league in his own way.
And I don't think the Bengals are going to make that move,
Mr. Unlimited.
to be honest. But yeah, as far as division outlook, I'm super happy. I mean, it sucks that the teams are injured and Burrow and Lamar are down, but you need to win right now and take a lead.
Well, how about all 3 teams besides the Steelers with a quarterback change? As of today, Dylan Gabriel, the new starter in Cleveland, lefty, a second lefty or third lefty
Yeah.
starter in the league. The league's being taken over by lefties.
No.
lefties are the future.
Dude, I will say, like, if he comes in and fits the scheme, Cleveland's not dead.
Yeah.
You guys
in
get the
this
first
division.
shot at him, huh?
I hope we terrorize.
We'll get
them.
to that game.
I
We'll
really,
get to that
I
game.
really want to terrorize them, but
Yeah.
it could be interesting. I mean, it would be fun if they just had a complete swerve and just made it perfect timing.
Well, you could see perfect timing. This opens the door for perfect
yeah.
timing
Oh,
because
100%.
Gabriel's getting in week 4 or 5. If it goes all bad, you
Should
got enough games left that perfect timing could come out at any moment. So we'll be looking forward to that. See if that happens or not. Speaking of draft, I guess rookies having a good first week.
Trade Dart.
Jaxson Dart,
Yeah.
welcome to the NFL. Ashton Jeanty officially welcome to the
Finally.
NFL.
He changed his
Um,
stance.
It's a
Yeah.
stance I saw.
Yeah.
It was always the stance.
Yes.
And Woody Marks as well had a
Mhm.
big week for
Kelly's a
Houston, so-
clown, man. I just got to throw that out there. Like, making him change that and then he goes
That is
back to it and
crazy.
he dominates. And they don't use Brock Bowers at
Yeah.
all. Like,
Yeah.
that's criminal, man. You got the best tight end in the league. You
I
don't
feel
use
like
him.
something will change there though at a certain
Sounds like a
better.
fantasy owner being.
Well, I mean, even from an
No.
objective football fan
No, I
perspective, I think the consensus is Brock Bowers is easily the best tight end in football.
No, he
Oh,
is.
no, no.
I agree.
Well, the Raiders are also in a spot where they are completely new, pretty much, aside from maybe Brock Bowers. But like from the bottom up, I mean the top down, Raiders have a whole new squad coming in too, so it's probably gonna take a few games for them to kind of get it going as well. They got a big win in week 1 against Patriots, who are in the same scenario. But I mean, I think the Raiders have enough weapons that they'll be one of those teams that just gets random wins here and there when their guys start performing in those games. But yeah, not seeing a lot of consistency with Las Vegas. A team that we were kind of low on to begin the year, but now starting to ramp it up. The Detroit Lions are officially back. Would we say that they're declare them back? The Chiefs, would we declare them back? What do we think for those two teams?
I think they're in two wildly different
I agree.
circumstances right now. The Lions have all the momentum in the world. The offense is playing well. Obviously, it was Cleveland, but they took care of business and they beat the Ravens the week before. Lions look like the Lions. They look like the Lions of the past couple of years, and I think they're on track to honestly win that division. Green Bay looks like they can be had right now. So it's time to take advantage. And then Kansas City, yeah, you beat up on a weak, injured Baltimore team. Forgive me if I'm not just going to jump back to the Chiefs are back.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
there yet, but it was a good step in the right direction.
I
Me
agree.
neither. I don't think that Ravens, like them being the Ravens, is enough to get me to say like, oh, the Chiefs are back. So I don't buy it. So
Yeah. Well, a team that was crowned early hasn't quite looked the part the last 2 weeks. The Green Bay Packers screwed our second table bet loss of the year. I mean, table bet's looking like it's in shambles
It's
right now,
personal
boys.
now.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get on a historic
20 and
generational
2.
run. 22 is
22
still
sounds
New
really
agenda
good.
unlocked.
I mean, but the Packers, that vaunted defense gave up 40 to Dak Prescott and the boys, which Dak has looked awesome. And Jordan Love did look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers aren't looking so dominant all of a sudden where they looked like the best team in the league, honestly, through the first 2 weeks. What do we think about Green Bay now? Do we think any differently of them, or do we think we overreacted in the first few weeks? I think all can be true. You have them as your champ,
Yeah,
don't you?
no,
Or you're in the Super
no,
Bowl.
yeah. I mean, my opinion's not really changed on them. I just think that, obviously the other night there wasn't a lot of defense played, which could poised to be a problem. But I think the offense has enough firepower to be able to outscore anybody. And I mean, the other night they tied,
Yeah.
which super boring, but great game. Micah got a sack in his return. for no yard lost or gained, a 0-yard sack. I mean, are we kidding me? But
What a fraud.
yeah,
Honestly, I just want to see more. Like, I feel like Green Bay hasn't really lived up to their potential yet on either side of the ball.
Mhm.
It was good to see that their offense can carry in a scenario like that where their defense isn't playing well. But again, it's against the Cowboys who have the worst defense in the league. So that's kind of why I just want to see more.
I
you
agree.
know?
I think it's a fair assessment. And how many divisional games did they play? They played the Lions and they played. Is that it so
Yeah,
far?
that's it.
That division's going to be
yeah.
a wild card, man. So we're going to see how that goes. The Bears are looking good right now. Look like they're starting to find it a little bit. Lions look like they're starting to find it. Vikings look like they're kind of losing it on. But I wouldn't rule them out either, especially with the bye week coming back, an opportunity to get kind of a reset. You guys would definitely need that reset, I think. But that's definitely a division I still think is up for grabs. And ruling Green Bay the clear number one in that division, as through the first 2 weeks, I think that was a little premature. But no, I agree. I think Green Bay is going to be just fine. But I don't think that they are one of the top contenders at the moment. I'd say the two that we expected going into the year have remained that. Do we think the Bills and the Eagles are the clear two best teams in the league? They're the only two undefeated teams left, which is actually kind of surprising to me.
I think the Bills are the best team. The Eagles are so we said it perfectly a few weeks ago, but the Eagles are the definition of find a way. Like, no matter what, they find a way. They're gonna lose at some point, and after that, the wheels could fall off. Whatever. It's just they find a way.
It feels like the new Chiefs. Like that's what it. And I mean, but like I think it really comes down to, can you force Hurts to throw the ball?
I mean,
You don't have to.
No, that's
I'm just,
I said this last week. I literally said that they're the Chiefs of last year, where they just kind of find a way to win. But the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that indicates to me that this isn't a replicable formula for winning.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
If you get into a game where you need to throw the ball, Hurts has done it. Like, I know we disrespect Hurts a lot, but he still went into big games and won and played well. And you still have Saquon, dude. I think this is going to be a theme all year, and I don't really see a team that's better than them, you know?
Yeah. There's just
Except for
something
the
to.
Bills.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say the Bills are better.
I'd put them on that same tier. I'd have them both up.
I would too. You haven't even really heard Saquon's name
That
at
is
all
true.
this year, and the
You
Eagles
haven't
are
heard
sitting
anyone on
The
offense.
Eagles have had a pretty tough schedule to start the year, I'd say, and
just
they
won.
found a way to go 4-0. Some of those on the road. I personally just think the Eagles are, like you said, a find away team. I think they're far and away the best team right now, and I think they're just in everybody's head. I think they just have the mental hand on every opponent that they play right now. It just seems like once it gets down to when it really matters, when it's where you have to win a game, I don't think there's any team that I would feel more confident in than the Philadelphia Eagles, and that would be like them, and then like a big jump, and then everybody else down here. Now, Josh Allen has shown that he has the prowess to win a football game by himself, but top to bottom, it just seems like the Eagles just have it level up on everyone right now. I was very impressed with that Tampa win. I think they had full control of that game, and maybe it looked like they're going to give it back a little bit, and then they still found a way to pull it out against a really good Tampa Bay team that was a little banged up. But I'm very impressed with Philly. I think you can hate watch them in a way because of the way they play, and and say like, oh, they're not that good. Like they just are just going to get nipped at a certain point, and then it's all going to come down. Like maybe, but to me, it just seems like there's something to teams that just find a way to win the games. And we haven't even seen them play their best yet, and they're sitting here 4-0, I think.
Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. I don't know.
Kind of sucks watching them beat the Bucks too. I love the Bucks. Sucks to watch them go down.
Bucks are banged up right now.
The only reason I wouldn't go that far as like them being so much better than anyone else is because they do have real problems. Like I don't think Hurts completed a pass in the second half. That's a problem. Man.
Did he not?
No, I legit think he did not complete a pass in the second half.
I saw that today.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude, that's hard to do.
Pretty concerning.
That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
Like they had this game won. They were blowing them out, and they came back. They win because they blocked a field goal. There's ways to beat them. They're beatable.
Oh, I agree.
I still think they're on the same level as Buffalo because they've shown that they can replicate it. But I think their firepower is being tamed right now. And teams like Buffalo and Baltimore, when they're healthy on offense, they have the firepower to like run away with these kind of games, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
They won't even give them the chance to. Like Buffalo won't allow a team like that. Like, 'cause they'll just keep stomping you over.
And that's a Tampa team without Mike Evans too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah. I mean, who's Buffalo played so far to kind of refresh?
Ravens are their only game.
Buffalo hasn't played anybody yet.
The
dare I
Ravens
say.
win was big when they
It was big at the time, but we've seen in hindsight the Ravens defense is horrific. Which I mean, the Ravens offense is awesome. So that was a great football game. It was a tough win to start the year. I mean, since then they've played the freaking Jets, Dolphins, and Saints. Those are three of arguably the bottom 5 teams in the league. I'm not knocking the Bills at all, but I think they've looked dominant since the Ravens game, and everybody was very impressed. I wouldn't put them on the same level as Philly is. I think Philly's 4-0 is far and away more impressive than Buffalo's 4-0 right now. And that's not knocking the Bills, saying that the Bills aren't like one of the best teams and probably the second best team. I would say the Eagles 4-0 has been kind of overlooked of how that's a really good 4-0 in my
To
opinion.
that same point, though, some of those teams aren't really that great. Like Cowboys, not a good football team. I wouldn't say. I'd say they're
Chiefs,
strong
Rams,
offense.
Bucks.
Chiefs. We've all said on this podcast the Chiefs have not been a good team.
Okay, but at worst, top 10 probably.
I don't know.
Top 14
Based on their
worst.
performances this year, they have not been a top 10 team.
Okay, well, do you think they're a playoff team?
Well, because Mahomes, yes, but
Okay,
I don't
top
think
14
they've
then.
played like a top 10 team.
That's probably okay. And
Just
then you
like
have the
we're
Rams
saying
and the
Baltimore's
Bucks.
current state. I'm saying in their current state because Baltimore, we all consensus said that Buffalo and Baltimore were the 2 best teams after that week
Right.
1 performance because they were both full strength.
Yeah.
Kansas City has been pedestrian, in my opinion. The Bucks, we still don't really know who the Bucks are. I mean, they're a solid football team, and I'm very high on them. But it's early. Like I don't know if their strength of schedule is just so far and away more impressive than the Buffalo beating Baltimore.
I
in
mean,
my opinion.
Now,
okay, can I?
Buffalo's at home and Eagles on the road beat the Chiefs. On the road beat the Tampa. Home win against the Rams.
I do want to bring this up. The
Which they
Bills'
should've lost.
schedule is like.
should have lost a lot of them.
I mean, you have
That's my point.
the Bills have the Patriots, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Bucks, the Texans, the Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Browns, Eagles, Jets.
That's an easy schedule.
The Bills seem to get away
There's
with an easy
one-
schedule.
We have an
almost
easy
This is an
schedule, and we're not a
insanely
dominant team.
1, 2. I see 3 teams on there that actually give them a run for their money.
What 3 teams?
Bucks, Steelers, and Eagles.
And the
Just
Patriots.
wanted to make sure.
Patriots get 2 bites of them. I guarantee at least one of those games will be very close, and we might win one of those games.
Sure. Okay. But the 3 teams that I think actually have like a bite at that, like they could like that are losses, but they still end up going. What is it?
14-3.
So
Look, I'm not doubting. I'm not saying that the Bills record-wise may not be better than Philly, but I'm saying as of right now, based off of like what they've matched up so far and who Philly's matched up with, the 4-0 from Philly is far and away more impressive than Buffalo's right now, in my opinion.
I'm not there.
And that's
Yeah, I'm
just
not.
it's not really a thing that's a huge point. But
I feel like we could debate this all night. So
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
let's move on. I think it's time for day 3 guy of the week.
day 3 guy of the week. I would love to hear the pitch here.
Let's
After reflection, maybe not taking Isaiah Rodgers last week was. I'm kidding, dude. It was Shelby the whole time.
It was always Shelby. You guys
the
need to get
whole
your
time.
pitches a little better so that
Yeah,
start
No,
to
you
feel
just need to
compelled.
like get your head out of your.
How was I'll go first on my pitch so you don't get the recency bias
Sure,
of like
what-
me
yeah,
going
let's-
last and getting fired up.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna take the easy pick for the week, and I'm gonna go with old Puka Nacua, who led the NFL in receiving yards this week and fantasy points. 13 receptions, 170 yards, 1 touchdown.
Okay.
Like I said, led the NFL in receiving yards this week, and a big ol' win at home against the vaunted Indianapolis Colts. Old Puka Nacua had himself a day, and shades of the Amon-Ra St. Brown nomination from weeks ago, where 3 touchdowns wasn't enough. I'm hoping 170 yards in a big old victory is enough. And old Puka, he represented the day 3 guys in a big way this week. So that's my nomination. I'm going to take an easy one there first.
I mean, you made my point for me, but like if Puka wins with that stat line and Amon-Ra doesn't, we're gonna have major issues on this pod. Let's kick it to a guy you should be familiar with now, Mr. Kenneth Gainwell, who absolutely just decimated your football team.
Personal.
let's picture this scenario.
Oh no.
You're the backup running back on a team, and you've been getting hate watched by Steelers fans for weeks.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Arthur
I'm
Smith
imagining
comes to you in the locker room, and he's like, "Kenny, what's up, man?"
What's up?
Kenny's like, "Coach, I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. Get some receptions today." He's like, "Oh, Jalen Warren's not playing, so you're actually gonna get 25 touches today.
I'm gonna get 25 touches.
25 touches,
Oh my
Kenny. What are you
gosh.
gonna do with it?"
I'm gonna run them
I'm gonna
over.
run for 5.2 yards per carry, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then I'm gonna add in 6 catches for 35 yards because I can do it all.
Wow.
Day three guy
99 yards.
it's 100. We can round up. For Kenneth Gainwell to step up in that way against a really good defense says a lot about not only who he is as a man, but his
Blazing the
production.
defense?
It's a great defense. Does anyone want to argue that the Vikings aren't a great defense?
I'm just trying to win.
Okay.
Again.
Well, Kenneth Gainwell, I
like
mean,
that.
you have to be
No,
impressed.
I like that.
In
I was-
Dublin.
I was impressed.
And then was
Oh my-
drinking Guinness after the game.
Oh, see, look, you don't even know if he did that. No, that's a lie.
No,
We need to
they
fact
had
check
Guinness
Guinness.
after the game. You can look
Fact
it up.
check it.
Look it up.
I
AI video of Kenny Gainwell drinking.
They were
It could be
slamming.
AI.
They were all slamming Guinness after the game.
Source?
I love that. No, I don't.
Media,
I don't
Steelers media
care.
that was there.
I don't care. I'll believe. Even if
TJ
it
and
is a
Cam
lie,
were
I
literally
love. I
like
love
slamming
images.
Guinness.
Okay.
That's
I
so
like that
electric.
nomination.
By the
If you
way-
guys can't tell, I really like Guinness. So.
We can cut this out, but Mr. Irrelevant of the week should have been Skylar Thompson for getting
Oh, yeah,
robbed
should have
in
been.
Dublin.
Should have been.
No, you don't have to cut that out.
No, we
That is
don't think
hilarious.
it's Hey, we do not condone that. Hey, be careful in Dublin. All right, there's some lads over there.
Dude was at the pub and then got
That is on the
like
IR.
there's some crazy Irish lads.
Why is he
Lads.
traveling if he's on the IR, right?
No.
Oh,
no.
I thought I read
He's
he hurt.
emergency third quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what. Okay.
It's a good
So
spot.
he-
like
they're
usually,
like, he's not even active, and
it's usually a good spot as like the emergency. You're getting paid.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
to travel with the
We
team.
have Tommy.
But no,
DeVito.
You
someone
get to go
robbed
to
him.
the pub, and then now you're just getting beat up by Irish
Bad.
dudes.
But Will Howard's back now, so we'll see what they do.
So Skylar could get mugged
see what
and
they
get
do.
his spot
And lose.
taken. It's a tough
Get
week.
booted.
Maybe he's not.
All right,
Mr.
JP, give it to me. Come on.
Okay, I've been trying to come up with my pitch. Here we go.
Oh.
My day 3 guy of the week is rookie Woody Marks
Ooh.
for the Texans.
Woodrick Marks.
They played a bad Titans defense, but he had 17 carries, 69 yards, a touchdown, and tacked on 50 yards of receiving and another touchdown.
Oh my gosh.
Kenny had two.
Would be a great spoiler fantasy play for next week, but besides the point, on the season, he has 29 rush attempts. So he got 17 in this game alone. He was he was their offense. Like, he was making guys miss. He had explosive plays.
RB1.
Maybe.
Claimed it?
Potentially.
Is it over for Joe Mixon?
So yeah, that's
Josie.
my Woody Marks day 3 guy. They won 26-0, by the way.
It did. So 3 big victories from all the day
wow.
3 guys. Very compelling.
You got
From all
hey
three.
audience. You guys see how when I picked Shelby last week, how the pitches changed a little bit. See, this is what I'm
Is
trying
this
to
what
do.
you saw? This is you
This
had
is
the
what I
vision.
want. No, it's not about vision. It's like I wanted a little more energy.
Trying to make excuses for a poor pick is not how you want.
I
to
love.
excuse.
I think. It was a good pick.
I think it woke something up in you guys.
It was a
You guys said
horrible-
yeah.
It was probably the
Well,
worst.
I've
pick
I've
ever
been
seen.
And so now for my pick, because I already have it decided. It's not Puka because it's funny you would pick Puka because I just read something before this podcast. Puka Nacua watches LeBron James highlights.
He loves
before
LeBron.
every game he plays in. I did not know
He
this. He's obsessed
that's-
with LeBron.
He's my
What's wrong with that?
that's my profile picture in our league.
Yeah.
Is Puka and LeBron.
I didn't realize that was the
He
deal.
said in a
I'm
thing.
not picking Puka.
170 yards, 3 touchdowns, just not enough.
I frankly don't
3
care.
touchdowns.
Dude,
all day.
No,
respectfully,
I'm on
I was about
Ross.
to say.
Before the season, Puka did a thing. Someone asked him, "Would you rather win a Super Bowl ring or hang out with LeBron for a week?" And he said, "Hang out with LeBron for a week so he can throw lobs to Bronny."
That's the most Puka answer, low key. Like
They're not
that
going
one.
to win a Super Bowl, honestly.
Like,
It's not even funny.
That
I'd be
sounds like
pissed
something
if
he
I was
would
a fan.
like. That 100% sounds like something he would say. Anyways, this game well.
Kenny G.
Kenny G. Sorry, Pete, but
Hey, good job
thought-
Steelers this week. The good job Steelers.
Not
keep
only
it going.
beat his team, but picked the day 3 guy.
That's like
too.
the ultimate submission.
Yeah, we honestly just
Ooh.
owned the Vikings, I think.
I like the pitch. I thought the pitch was good.
It's a good
Uh,
pitch.
It's good to hear that a guy that wasn't expecting to
The
come in.
Guinness was the
Yeah, I
shake.
knew that.
Yeah,
when
see,
it was
like,
the
that's
Guinness
it.
and
He had a
Guinness,
little,
and
like,
it was over.
Well, we got a little off the
pitch.
rails a
He
little
told
bit
me to work on the
pitch.
pitch.
That was a good pitch.
Gave him
You
a
know,
good pitch.
I'm not gonna hate on it. Hey, congratulations, Kenny Gainwell, our official day 3 guy of the week. 4 week.
What a team that we are built. I needed a D tackle too. The team is getting built right now.
Very nice. Well, good for Kenny Gainwell.
Running back.
We'll see who it is next week. We're gonna have to just keep in mind that if you're a star player in the NFL and you're a day 3 guy, it just sucks. You're gonna get other awards, maybe accolades from the actual league, but from the day 3 guys pod,
No,
You're not getting
you're
anything.
getting hated on.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to.
it's
get
not hate. It's just like
200 yards,
we are
4
here
touchdowns, and then you might get it.
we're here to highlight the guys that
Sure.
wouldn't get highlighted. So I feel a certain amount of respect for those guys that wouldn't normally get highlighted. So
It's true. One other thing I want to touch on the NFL before we get into our picks is there were a few other teams that had a loss this week that I wanted to see if our opinions have changed. The Chargers lost this week, the Colts lost this week, the Bucks lost this week, and the Niners lost this week. All those teams were undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, before that, which left us with the 2 undefeated teams of the Ravens. I mean, not the Ravens, the Eagles, and the
Bills.
Bills, Chiefs. Lots of different teams in the league, but of those 4 teams, is there a team there that they took an L this week and you go, oh, maybe they're not who we thought they were?
No, me personally, no. I mean, every team's going to lose a game.
Mhm.
It's a hard league. Sometimes a team's going to be banged up, lose a game here or there. None of these are throwing me off their train. So
I'm totally with JP. Other than the Niners, honestly, just because of the injury scares. That's the only one that's kind of a red flag for me. But I thought the Giants winning was just kind of awesome. Just because their defense was dominant. I don't think it's anything to worry about for the Chargers.
The Chargers on the O-line, will you lose Joe Alt for the time right now? I mean, I'm not
How
saying
old is he
it's
now?
like panic button. At least a few weeks, I think.
I think it was like 2 or 3.
I thought they said he
The
sprained.
high ankle
When you got a
sprain.
big guy with a lower body injury like that, you don't know with that, and you lose your 2 top tackles. You already had Slater out, and they adjusted. You lose Alt, and I think they already had another guy out too. I think Becton's been out too. I think he's concussed or something like that. But Chargers right now are looking a little thin, and the Bucks are looking a little thin too. Unfortunately for those teams, I could see them dropping a few games in the middle of the season here. I'm not saying this to be worried with them, in the long run, but all 3 of those teams, only the Colts, honestly, to me, which is kind of ironic that I say that. The Colts are the one team that was undefeated. That I honestly don't feel worried about after that loss. That was a tough game. But the other 3 teams, I'm not going to say panic button or anything like that, but
I don't know, dude. You lose to Jaxson Dart.
it's a tough loss.
I think Herbert needs to, start taking care of his girl a little bit because Jaxson Dart has his eyes set on more than just a win against the Chargers.
Well, I think, dude, it's really encouraging if you're a Giants fan to see your defense perform like
Yeah,
that.
finally.
That's what they envisioned for this defense to get after the quarterback, and that's what they did. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting. And are there any sleeper teams now that we think maybe we weren't talking about in the pod, maybe we weren't talking about at all, that you actually have a newfound respect for after the first 4 weeks of the year? No one else?
Honestly, not really.
Mm-mm.
I feel like for the most part, it's been kind of chalky. Because the best teams are the teams that we expected. The teams that have kind of lowered themselves to me are just the Chiefs, Ravens injuries, Bengals injuries. Most of these teams just need to get healthy, in my opinion, and it's too early to kind of write anyone off.
Kind of surprising. I'm looking at the AFC South. You have 2 teams at 3-1.
Yeah.
And no one's talking about the Jags.
I was going to say,
at all.
the 2 teams I had in mind were the Jags and the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are a
Seahawks
team
could be
that I have more respect for the Seahawks. The Jags, I think they have a good thing going right now. I
don't
see
see it
holes.
lasting
I don't
either.
see it. They're one of those teams that I think I can see the drop off. Might just be being a hater. Are
They
they
haven't
going
really
to
beat
play
anyone.
Travis Hunter more? He's not seemingly. He's played 58% of the snaps on offense on the year and 38% of snaps on the defense of the year. Number 2 pick in the draft. You're looking for instant help on a 3-1 team. Not seeing a lot of it right now. He hasn't really been much of a factor. And the Seahawks, I mean, we were talking about Sam Darnold's been really good. The defense looks like a top 3 defense in the league. They look awesome right now. And I don't see that
It's a
slowing
good
down.
team, man.
That division has 3 teams at 3-1.
Yeah.
And just wait till they play each other. I understand. That's a really good division.
Yeah.
It's
It's honestly looking like one of the strongest divisions in Middle
is.
right now.
From top to bottom, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cardinals being last place in that division,
Yeah,
I'm not
good team.
especially high on Arizona, but they're a really good last place team in a division to have. So I don't have a clear front runner in that division. I actually would probably lean Seattle if I had to pick a
Same.
team today to win that division. Them or the Rams. I would
And then
put
you're
the
writing
Niners
off the
at three.
Niners, and I wouldn't
Right.
write them off.
So
They're healthy.
we're gonna see in the NFC West, but I think it's time to get into our picks of the week.
Let's go.
We'll see who's the better this week. And we're going to go into some college football first. The current records right now in college football, our leader, I should say our co-leaders, as far as wins, are you two, both at 12 and 10. But our percentage leader is Mr. Irrelevant at 11 and
That just
6.
don't matter.
He
Cue the
almost
bands.
has more total
Cue the
wins
bands.
than all
Get
of
your
us.
wins up.
He has more total wins than me, and he's picked in one less week. I'm 8 and 14 right now at a 36%
Sheesh.
hit rate. I need to go 5-0 this week to even get myself back into the fray. Boys, we have a few big games this week. Starting off with one that maybe we won't be watching that much, but it is a Big 12 matchup with two undefeated teams. Number 11 Texas Tech takes on 4-0 Houston, who is unranked. Houston is an 11.5-point dog in this game. Who do we have in this game, boys?
I'm not overthinking it. Give me Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. I'm also going to go Texas Tech. I'm not going to overthink this one either. Even though Houston is undefeated, they seem to squeak by all year. And I thought Texas Tech really impressed me into Utah, who I still think is good. And we'll see if they can keep it going. I think they're going to cover that spread. I think they're going to come in refocused after a bye. So Texas Tech on the
Yeah.
road.
I'm with you all on this one. I just think Texas Tech's a better football team. So give me Texas Tech.
Yeah, Mirror, I'm going Texas Tech. I mean, I had them at the beginning of the year to win my Big 12, and Houston's frauds. I mean, they went in and barely beat a bad Oregon State team. Well, they're not bad. They just play good at home. So if it was in Houston, I probably would have beat them more. But Texas Tech.
I like it. Now moving on to the ACC. We'll start with you, P-Man, on this one. Number 24, Virginia, coming off a big win against Florida State, goes on the road at Louisville, who is undefeated and unranked. And Louisville's a 7-point favorite in this game at home. Who do you have in this one, P?
I did not know that Louisville was a 7-point favorite. That makes this pick look kind of chalk. But I'm going Louisville.
Wow.
I'm a fan of Miller Moss, and I think he's going to get it done. I know Virginia just beat Florida State, but like I said earlier, everything went right for him. Not everything's going to go right for him this week.
I like it.
I'm actually going with Virginia. This might be recency bias, but I liked what I saw. Thought that offense is bringing some firepower, so I'm taking Virginia.
I like it. Chandler Morris played a really good game. Definitely earned some respect at quarterback. However, I am going to go Louisville as well. I think Virginia, coming off that emotional win, a double overtime win. I think the Cards are a little underrated, being undefeated and not, getting any ranking right now. It sets up. I think they play Miami after the bye, if I'm correct. This would set them up for a potential monster ACC clash if they get this big win at home. And I think they're going to do it. They're going to go into the bye week undefeated and get it done. So I'm going to go Cards in this game.
Yeah, you really hit the nail. I'm going to take Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, I'm going to take Louisville. Yeah, I don't have anything against Virginia. I just think, like you said, like you win against. That's a big win. That's the vibes in the locker room are going to be high for a minute there, and this Louisville team might catch them off guard. So
okay.
Yeah.
So 3-1 there, Louisville. You are by yourself, the contrarian on the Virginia Cavs, the newly ranked Virginia Cavs. Moving on, another ranked versus unranked. This is one that we've been looking forward to for a few weeks. Number 9, Texas and Arch Manning go into the swamp against the 1-3 Florida Gators. The Gators are only 6.5-point dogs at home, despite the losing record. We'll start with you. Who do you have in this one?
I can't believe I'm about to do this. I think Texas at 9 is it's really high to me. I think the fact that Florida has to win some games. This is an SEC where anybody can beat anybody. They're going into the swamp. I know I've said some things about the swamp. Give me Florida.
The Gators get it done at home. Wow. That would be an upset. And, I mean, look, Texas has looked weak. I am going to go Texas in this game. I think most everyone here wants to see the Gators pull the upset against, a weaker Texas team. I think the hate's gotten a little bit out of hand with Texas. They still have an awesome defense, and Florida simply just hasn't looked good at all, I don't think. But the Horns have essentially had like 3 warm-up games for this game. Can get refocused. They played pretty flawlessly last week against a bad opponent. But I think we're going to start hearing some arch noise again. And Texas going to get a big win on the road. Maybe jumpstart a new start to their season. And we'll start talking about the Longhorns again come playoff time. So I'm going to go Horns.
Yeah, I feel like I'd really be grasping at straws if I was going to go Florida here. So I'm going to take Texas. They have to get right at some point. I feel like this is a good game for them to do it. Arch needs some confidence against a real opponent. And I actually think this could be a close game because I think Florida's defense is good. So we might see a low scoring affair, but give me Texas. I actually think they're going to cover the 6.5.
I would agree.
Come with me,
I'm
Pete.
not.
Come on.
I'm
Come
not.
on,
I have
Pete.
it on my paper, but I'm not doing it. I'm going Texas.
Oh,
I
regret that.
He got off of it.
I can't. I
Did
did
we
all
convince
this.
you?
No, I did all this earlier, and I've been thinking about it since I sat down looking at all the picks, and I just can't go Florida. There's nothing to prove to me that they're going to win.
Oh.
I know I've said it like 2 weeks ago that this was going to be the game that they're going to win, but I can't
I
do
feel
it.
like we said this about a team and said like there's no reason why this team's gonna win, and then they
I
won.
said it about No. Well, I said it about Florida against Miami, and it bit me. So
I'm going
that's true.
Texas.
The Horns get them. You are. Hey, you've been the
Not
sharpest
afraid.
one so far. This is an
No, yes.
opportunity to get some more leverage. He low-key
smaller
has
sample size.
11-6. It's pretty dang good. But we'll go ahead and move to our first 2 ranked teams matchup of the week. I am looking forward to this one. Vanderbilt 5-0, number 16 visits the newly number 10 Alabama Crimson Tide. The Tide are 10.5-point favorites at home in Bryant-Denny. JP, who do you have in this one?
If there was a way both teams could lose, that would make my weekend. But there's not, so I'm going to Alabama. I don't think Vandy's gonna have what it takes to go into T-Town and get it done. So
I'm going with Bama as well. I think they've had this one circled since last year. Bama has to go get this one. You have all the momentum. Simpson's playing well. I actually think Bama's going to smack him.
I'm gonna go Vandy in this game. I have this weird feeling. Bama's coming off an emotional win. So
a lot of weird feelings.
I've had a lot of weird feelings. This one, for whatever reason,
Might be
it
more
looks
fun.
like it'd be a classic Alabama smash spot where the team's finally found it and it's Alabama and it's Vandy coming in and Vandy beat them last year and they're going to be pissed off or whatever the deal is. Bama's coming off an emotional win against Georgia, a big win on the road. They have a brute schedule ahead, and Vandy has been looking forward to this game for weeks. They've been playing no one the last 2 or 3 weeks, and they haven't won in Tuscaloosa in 41 years. They have just enough firepower in my mind, I think, with how they've been playing this year. I think Diego Pavia deserves respect, and I think he's going to go in and win in Tuscaloosa. So I'm going to take Vandy, and I think Pavia will be your new Heisman favorite after a win in this game. So I'm going to go
That
Commodores
is
on the
certainly
road.
a take.
I mean,
I have to be contrarian. I actually feel good about this pick. That's a good team.
I mean, are you contrarian? Because Pavia is. I mean, you're talking about a guy with electricity. A guy like Pavia. This is the type of guy that can go into T-Town
He
and
absolutely
really
can.
get a big win for this Vanderbilt team. I mean, like you said, they're looking forward to it, but they don't have Ty Simpson, man. They don't have a guy with motion like Ty Simpson, a guy that can go into Sanford Stadium and beat the Georgia Bulldogs. Give me Alabama.
Alabama.
week.
Wow. Well, Johnny Manziel will be on the
Okay.
Vanderbilt sideline, so hopefully we'll get some
Oh,
money. Manziel.
is it too late to change my pick?
Yeah, it's a big difference there. We'll see. There's some magic there. I am the contrarian. I know it's going to be on in that one.
Next game.
I'm okay with it. We're gonna start with JP again on this last game because we'll see or what this takes us. But number 3, Miami, the Canes, 4-0 visit number 18, Florida State, coming off a loss against Virginia. Brings them to 3-1. They are 4.5-point dogs at home against the Canes in the Battle of Florida right now. JP, who do you have in this game?
You know, Miami's look good. I'm not gonna lie.
Do it.
How you do it right here?
Yeah,
You
you're gonna
like
put
that?
it down. Yeah.
Like that?
Oh wait, what is that?
Florida State breaks the U.
Wow.
Oh.
Breaks the U.
FSU.
Wow.
I was gonna hate watch you. I really was, but I'm actually gonna go with the U's down. Give me Florida State. Give me the Noles. I know they lost, but honestly, it doesn't change much for me, man. Like, I still think this is a really good team. Yes, they lost. All these teams have lost. They've lost bad games. Bama lost to this team. I like Castellanos. Miami is going to lose at some point, and I think this is the one that they lose. I still think Miami's a really good team, but I think Knowles being at home is going to be big for this one.
It will be big. I'm gonna go U in this game. I do think.
Throw it down.
Oh no, that would have been crazy. But I am gonna go Miami in this one. I think FSU will be a popular upset pick this week, and I'm not saying it's not a good pick. I think this Miami team's just good, man. I mean, I think everyone fell in love with the Noles after that Bama win, and I think the Canes are a notch above them at the moment. I think they've also had this one circled since week one. I think they knew after Florida State beat Bama, this was going to be the tough one after they got a big win over Notre Dame. And they're coming off a bye, fully focused on this game. I think they're going to take care of business on the road, and I think that they're going to go number one in the poll after this big win. I think the Canes could run the table in the regular season.
Is there any question? Did any of you doubt what I'm going to say right now? I mean, Mario Cristobal has turned this program around. You put Notre Dame in front of us, you say we're going to lose. Look what we did. You put Florida in front of us, you say we're going to lose. Look at what we did. I could sit here all day. I'm sorry. I mean, no, but I mean, everyone keeps doubting us. No, I'm sorry, but everybody keeps doubting us. Everybody keeps saying that this next week is the upset. It's not going to happen. We are I'm sorry, but our team is great. Ruben Bain Jr. is a monster.
Who have you beat?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
0-2 at one point.
Notre
Notre
Dame's a
Dame.
good team.
Why?
Okay, they played two really good teams close.
And lost both.
It's true.
We're ranked 2 in the country, or 3 now, but we are a top. Our team. I'm sorry. We're gonna win. All right.
Cool. Buddy.
We're gonna win.
Maybe.
All right. No, not maybe. No, we are going to win.
See what you said about the Vikes,
I like
too.
the Canes this week.
I think. I'm sorry, but we are a good team. CJ Daniels is great. Our O line is great. We have Malachi Toney, great. Jordan Lyle, great. Really excited.
I think it's going to be.
Cannot wait to see this clip after the game.
I think this game
Not worried
could be
about
a shootout. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I
I
think
don't think Miami wants a shootout, honestly.
it may not.
Ruben Bain Jr. isn't going to allow a shootout because he's going to terrorize Castellanos and he's going to see him in his nightmares every night for the rest of the season.
Hey, we'll see.
It's tough talk for the
We
game.
will see. Alrighty, well, hopefully we'll see if anybody goes 5-0 this week. There's some potential there. I desperately need 5-0. I need the Doors to get it done, man. Need them to get it done bad. But we'll go back to the NFL this week.
Bread and butter time.
That's my bread and butter. I am the leader as far as the pick records in the NFL. Terrible in college football, but leader in the NFL. I'm sitting at 43-21, leading at 69%. Gabe and JP are just.
Dude, we just keep doing
You guys are just the same. 40-24, and Matt's sitting there at 50%, 16-16 on his picks. So kind of a reverse order when it comes to the different types of football. But we'll go game by game here. There are 4 teams on a bye. The Steelers are on a bye. The Packers, the Falcons, and the Bears are also on a bye this week. So they will not be picked this week. We'll see if they can beat the bye week. But we'll go into the game by game picks. First game is Thursday Night Football. 49ers visit the Rams in a divisional matchup. I believe the Rams are 5.5-point favorites in this game. Matt, who do you have in this one?
The Rams.
Rams at home. I'm also going to go Rams at home. I think that they're going to get a big victory and get to 4-1. I think they're the better 3-1 team right now, and they have the home field advantage. They're more healthy. Give me the Rams.
I'm also going with the Rams. Even if the 49ers weren't banged up, I think I'd still take the Rams.
Mhm.
And given all the injuries, Rams are playing good football right now. So
Yeah.
give me Stafford. Last week, whenever we did this, I think it was like every game that we all correctly
Uh-huh.
did that we were wrong.
Yeah.
So
I'm going with the Rams, but because of that, I'm
Major asterisk.
wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers win. But I mean, the 49ers are banged up. I think LA gets it done.
I think we've all been pretty sharp on. Actually, I got it wrong last week. I was gonna say on Thursday Night Football, I think we like swept almost every time, and
Yeah.
I took the Cardinals last week. And
Yeah, bad pick.
the kickoff, we didn't talk about that. The kickoff on the Cardinals thing that cost him the game because he couldn't kick it to the kickoff rules a little bit.
yeah. That
We
was
can talk about
ridiculous.
that, but we'll do that later.
That's a topic for offseason.
I mean, I think we could have gotten a victory on that, but that's okay. Moving on to, is it England? It's in London.
London. Yeah, London.
The London game. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Dylan Gabriel Cleveland Browns.
Start on this side.
Let's start on this side. Who you got, JP?
I'm going Browns.
Browns. Any analysis?
You know, no, this is just my weird. I have a couple of these on the slate for this week, so this is just my weird. We'll see.
It's the NFL, man. It's a weird spread, 3.5 points, and it's dropped a lot. I think it's going to be an ugly game. We'll see.
I'm going with the Vikings, man. I'm actually pretty confident about this one. If there's any coordinator I wouldn't want my late round rookie coordinator or rookie quarterback to play against, it's Brian Flores. I think he's going to dial some stuff up and really get after him. And I think the Vikings offense can find some stuff.
I agree. I'm going to go Vikings as well. Flores' point I was going to make myself. I think he's going to give, I'm not going to say nightmares. I think Dylan Gabriel will actually make that offense a little bit better than Flacco was. I do think it's going to be a very ugly game. And I think Carson Wentz, honestly, I think he got a bad rap last week against a tough pass rush. And the Cleveland could be very well the same in that, but I just think that their offense is better than Cleveland's. I think they're going to get it done in ugly fashion. I can see Cleveland covering that and being like a field goal victory, but I'm going to go Vikings.
I'll take the Vikings. I think this is a bounce back game. We need this after the Steelers. So
okay, Vikings. All right, moving on to Sunday, the 1 p.m. slate. We have the Texans visiting the Cooper Rush Ravens. Probably Cooper Rush. Is it confirmed Lamar's out?
He's definitely out this week. They said multiple weeks is likely.
Okay, well, the spread from this game has gone from like Ravens -6.5 to Texans -2.5 in a matter of 2 days, which I guess that shows how much of a factor number 8 is into that, along with an awful defense. But Ravens are still at home in this one. Matt, who do you have in this game?
give me the Texans.
Texans on the road. Enough said. I'm going to go with the Texans on the road as well. I think this is a good spot for Houston to maybe get something going on offense a little bit. But I think their defense is going to prove to be the reason why they win this game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. But I think Houston, that bodes well for them. So I'm going to go with Texans, get a big one on the road.
Man, I hate this game.
Tough
I'm
game.
taking the Texans because Stroud needs this game to be big for him and get some momentum going offensively. Dude, I'm going to put this out there. I would not be shocked if the Ravens win this game.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Cooper Rush might just do enough. So I'm taking the Texans, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens won.
I'm going to take the Ravens.
Okay.
This is another one of the weird feelings. I think that, obviously Lamar got hurt against the Chiefs, but I think that they're going to game plan up and they're going to have old Coop ready.
Okay.
And if he's not ready, he can just do this and hand the ball off to Derrick Henry.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know why Cooper Rush is their backup quarterback. It just doesn't seem like a scheme fit.
They just didn't.
They might elevate Snoop. I'm pretty sure they brought Snoop back. So
would not be surprised at all. And honestly, I was kind of hoping you take the Ravens because it was a lock if you didn't.
Yeah.
So that was definitely going to be a Ravens victory had you gone to Houston.
Just take that one for the team.
Thank you for doing that. Makes the game a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next game on the slate, Dolphins at Panthers. We'll start with you on this one again. Who do you got here?
This is hard. Yeah, this kind of feels like a trap game.
Awesome matchup.
Yeah, it's a good.
I believe it's a pick 'em.
I think it's two. Yeah, I think it's two teams that have shown promise. Not necessarily like they're good, but they can. This is really. The Dolphins just lost Reek. Like Bryce Young, give me the Panthers. Why not?
Panthers at home.
Yeah.
In a bounce back victory. I'm
Not
gonna
even-
go.
Yeah, anything against.
For the first time all year, I'm going Miami in this game. I think this is going to be a matchup that I think the Panthers are a pedestrian team. Now, could this be a good spot for them to win at home? Yes. I think Miami is going to just simply outscore them in this game. I'm going to go Dolphins.
So you think they get halfway to their win total for the year?
Yeah.
That's valid.
I mean,
That's-
Jets,
no,
and
it's
the Jets
valid.
and the Panthers are 2 wins on
It's
the
valid.
schedule. Hopefully.
This is such a tough game for me because you don't know who you're getting with the Panthers. Like
You
this
don't,
could be the
yeah.
team that skunked the Falcons, or it could be the team that just got obliterated by the Patriots. I'm going with the Dolphins. I think they've been a more consistent football team. And I think McDaniel's going to scheme it up well. So give me the Dolphins.
I'm going with the Fins. Thank you for taking the Panthers. But yeah, I really liked what I saw last night. Unfortunately, Reek went down, but I think we have guys that can fill his spot pretty well. So I'm
I
going
agree.
with Fins.
Raiders visit the 3-1 Colts in Indianapolis. JP, why don't you just keep it rolling here? You got this one.
I'm going with Indiana Jones. Colts roll. I mean, Jeanty went crazy. Honestly, Raiders probably should have won that game on Sunday, but the Bears blocked a kick. But I'm still going Colts. So
Raiders should have won that game.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, man, but I'm going with the Raiders. I think the Colts are good. I don't think they're as good as people are saying that they are. And I think this is kind of a comeback down to earth with our expectations for who the Colts are. I think getting the ground game going was so massive for the Raiders, and if they can do that, the other stuff will come. So I'm taking the Raiders. I think they keep their ground game going.
I agree with you on the point that I think the Colts will come back down to earth at a certain point, and I do not think it will be this week. I think Indianapolis is going to get the win this week. I've actually just gained a lot of respect for Indianapolis, even in the loss last week against the Rams, which was a tough matchup. I thought they played a pretty good game. I thought they did a lot of good things. They didn't look like a fraud team to me. I'm a fraud 3 now. I think being at home is a big advantage here, and I don't think the Raiders have quite figured everything out as we talked about earlier. So I'm going to go Colts in a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I mean they lost to a good Rams team. Give me the Colts. They haven't shown me the Colts haven't shown me anything of like fraudulent nature, and I do think the Raiders have an opportunity to score some points on it. They have the run game coming back up, but I like the Colts a lot more. So give me the Colts.
Okay. Next game, the Giants visit the New Orleans Saints, the winless New Orleans Saints at 0-4. Matt, why don't you start us off with this one? Your boy Dart.
Give me Jaxson Dart and those Giants. They just went and beat the Chargers, who last week we were saying were the runaway favorites in the NFL. So back down to earth for the Chargers. Giants are up. They're playing the Saints. I mean, quite frankly, the worst franchise in the NFL. So
Team, not franchise. Browns hold that title.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm going to go with New Orleans Saints in this game. I think the Saints have been getting a bad rap. And they are going to have a bad record this year, but they've been playing some teams close this year. And I honestly don't think Spencer Rattler sucks. This is Jaxson Dart's first road game. I think he's a little banged up. He was running the ball a lot in that game. I think we need to pump the brakes a little on the Jaxson Dart Giants. And I think the Giants did some good things last week, but I do think the Saints are going to win this one at home. I think it's a good spot for them. So I'm going to go Saints.
I've gone back and forth on this game about 6 times. But I'm going with the. I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm going with the Saints.
my gosh.
I think their defense is actually a little bit better than people are giving them credit
I
for.
don't even know if it's the defense.
And I'm not fully sold on Dart. The Saints actually held Josh Allen in check for a little bit. So they have it in them. I'm not sold on Jaxson Dart. He runs it well, but you've seen it on tape now. If you can take away the run game a little bit, I think he's going to struggle to throw downfield in the second
Malik
start.
Neighbors.
No Malik Neighbors. I just haven't seen enough from the Giants to be like, okay, they can handedly win this game. And if it's close, give me the Saints.
I'm going with the Giants.
Wow, the
Dart. As we've said,
That's your guy, though.
that's my guy. As we've said multiple times on this pod, momentum is a thing.
They are. It is.
And Dart rolls.
I like it. I like it.
Love it.
Split on that
That's
one.
right.
I would kind of hope that game would be a split. I'm happy you rode with me. Go Saints. Maybe go Spencer Rattler. This is a game that could be. I think it's a similar type vibe game as the game we just picked. But Cowboys visit the Jets, another winless team, at home, hosting a team that just got a. Okay, I was about to say a big victory, a big tie on Sunday Night Football. We'll start with JP in this one. Who do you have? Cowboys visiting Jets.
Go with the Cowboys. The Jets looked horrendous last night. and Dak's playing like an MVP. So, going Cowboys.
Oh man, to me this is another flip 'em because I think the Jets are going to be able to run the ball at will against this Cowboys defense, but Dak is playing so well, man. So give me the Cowboys. I know they're down CD, and I'm about to talk myself into the Jets because Sauce can probably take GP out of the game a little bit. But the Cowboys are like number one in rushing efficiency. I think we're not giving their run game enough credit. So give me the Cowboys. I think it's probably going to be a really good game. But I trust Dak more than I trust Fields, with all due respect.
Okay, I'm gonna go Jets again. Gosh, I think I've taken the Jets 3 times this year, but I'm gonna go Jets again at home. I think this is a good spot for the Jets. This is going to be a higher scoring, at least game opportunity for the Jets to get something going on offense. I think they're going to run it all over Dallas. And 2 things can be true. Dak can play awesome. They can still lose the game. I think the Jets are going to outscore them. And I'm going to go New York to get their first win as well. I think the NFL is weird this year.
I'm probably one of the biggest Dak Prescott haters, but
Why?
What did he do?
I've never liked him, but I know I've just never liked him as a quarterback.
It's a Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Oh no, not as a human being. I'm just saying.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying
he's
as a
a man
human.
of the year.
Whoa.
I'm starting to
not
buy in
saying-
on Dak a little bit.
Yeah, I'm starting.
Great.
That's what I'm just. I
Steelers.
was gonna get there. I was getting there. I'm buying in on. So give me the Cowboys. I don't think the Jets. Yeah.
Contrarian, baby. I love it. I love the contrarian picks. All right. Next one. This is going to be a really, really good game. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos visit the Philadelphia Eagles. We know this will probably end up being a 1-score game. But Philly hosts. Who do you got in this one, Matt?
I wish it was the Broncos. Give me the Eagles. They find a way. This is shades of, like we said earlier, shades of Chiefs just finding a way for no reason. So yeah, give me the Eagles.
I'm going to go Philly as well. I wanted to take Denver in this spot because honestly, Denver looked really. I mean, there's the Bengals, but they looked really good, and I do think this will be a gritty matchup. The Eagles are winning gritty matchups, man. This may end up being a square pick. I'm going to go Eagles, though. It's going to be hard for me to pick against this team until they lose.
I'm in the same boat. I'm done picking against them. I did it last week and the week before, and it bit me both times. So give me the Eagles. Honestly, dude, I don't even think the Broncos are playing that well. I knew they beat the freaking Bengals, but the Bengals are one of the worst teams in the NFL. I haven't been impressed by Bo Nix, really. So give me the Eagles.
I think this is going to be the one time that we all pick the same team and it just happens. It's going to be the Eagles.
No one can
Oh,
overcome
no.
the Eagles voodoo.
Yeah.
I will say, if Denver was home, I'd probably have gone Denver. But I think that's just a tough place to play, man, really. So I don't think they're going to get it done. Next game. Hopefully this is a good game, but I mean, there's really no signs of showing why it would be a good game. The Titans visit the Arizona Cardinals. Opportunity for another winless team to get their first win, but this one's on the road. JP, who do you have in this game?
I'm taking the Cardinals, and solely because I think that the Titans' first win will be in Nashville. But I mean, they just got skunked by Houston, so there's no reason in my book to pick the Titans.
Cam Ward doesn't think they're going to win either, I don't think.
I was literally going to say, I'm taking the Cardinals, and my justification, you can play the clip. That's my justification
One
for
of my favorite quotes out of a quote.
I mean, he's not wrong, man.
No,
They're
you
bad.
could give him that. He
They're
is
bad.
going to say the truth.
No, I
He's
like
not.
him.
It's a
Yeah,
tough
I think he's going to have a breakout game here at some point. Maybe it's this one, but they're still. So give me the Cardinals.
I'm going to go Cardinals as well. You said breakout game for Cam Ward. I actually do think this will be his best game of the year. I think that they're going to have a good offensive game. I think they're going to cover the spread. I don't think they're going to get the win. I think the Cardinals will get a game they must win if they're going to try to stay in this race in the division. I think they know that. So I'm going to go Arizona at home.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Cardinals. I'm sorry. I love Cam, but
you look you like
Cardinals.
have to take them if you do that.
No, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Okay, he's going to go Cardinals. So we all went Cardinals. So 2 teams in a row that we just clean sweep on. This one's
This
is
will
a
not
tough,
be a sweep.
compelling matchup here. The Buccaneers take on the Seattle Seahawks, going on the road. 2 really gritty football teams. Matt, who do you have in this game?
It's like, yeah, this is hard to pick because these are 2 sweetheart teams in my opinion. If I had to pick other teams, these are these are good teams to root for right now. You're probably having a lot of fun if you're a Bucks fan or a Seahawks fan. I picked against Darnold last year, like when I decided for him to leave, and God, I mean, I can't do it again. Give me the Seahawks to break the Bucks' heart.
I'm gonna go Seattle as well. I think Seattle's just got a really good thing going right now, and I think with Tampa Bay not having Mike Evans, I think that's just a really big blow. I love Baker. I like him more than Sam Darnold, but I do think Seattle is just playing better football right now at this point of the season. So I'm gonna go Seattle at home.
I'm taking the Bucks. I think this is a game that you really want to win if you're the Bucks, and you got to do it in a tough environment. Seahawks are playing really well. I just trust Baker more than I do Sam Darnold at this point, and I think Bowles is still a really good defensive coach, and I think he's going to display that in this one. So give me the Bucks.
I'm also going with the Bucks.
Split.
They stormed back on Sunday against the Eagles. If that little spark didn't come about, I'd probably pick the Seahawks. But in their storm back, they look good. And like you said, I trust Baker more. So
I mean, is Ibuka already a top 10 receiver in the
I was
league?
gonna say, dude, I'm excited to watch him and Jay Ascent.
Yeah.
I think that's like the obviously it's not a matchup, but the two guys that I really want to watch.
I think it's gonna be a big JSN game.
Yeah, I do too.
Big.
I think it's gonna be a big game, honestly, as
It
a
probably
as
will.
a fantasy owner.
He's
They're
giving
gonna
us
beat
some-
him. But let's not forget about Godwin, man.
That's what I'm gonna
He's a good
say.
player.
Might want to sell high on Ibuka when Mike Evans comes back.
You can put him on the trade block now if you want. Want to talk about a trade?
I'm 4-0. I don't really need to trade, buddy.
All right, well,
That's crazy.
All right. This is
You can
this
speed
could
run
be
this game.
this could potentially be the worst game ever. The Lions take on the Cincinnati Poverty Bengals.
Everybody
This point,
say who they're picking on three.
this-
1, 2, 3.
Lions. The Lions are 10-point favorites now on the road.
Yeah.
They opened as a 1-point favorite, I believe. Whew, Jake Browning. Yikes, man. I mean,
Bengals are just bad.
is Zach Taylor on the hot seat?
It's not his fault.
It's not.
I mean,
It kind of
It-
is.
Okay, I'm with you on this one. Why is it not his fault? Because they've had Burrow healthy and they're still not that good. So like, who are we blaming? I know the defense sucks, but he's responsible
yeah.
for
Are
building.
there
a run.
odds on first coach fired? Because I know your boy would probably be number one a few weeks ago.
He's gonna be one.
He might not. He really might not.
D'Amico.
No, I think Zach Taylor is in the
No, I'm
worst
just saying
spot.
D'Amico's on there too.
I think he's on there. There's
Unfortunately.
plenty of coaches that are probably on there. Whoever Tennessee's got,
Yeah.
Callahan, he's on it too. I mean, there's a lot. Tomlin's not on.
It'd be after that.
But the Lions,
fiasco.
the Lions, I think are just going to absolutely run up the score in this game.
Yep.
All right. This one should be a compelling matchup. I'm actually excited if both teams are full. Or
Playing the
kind of
Browns and the
healthy.
Bengals back-to-back weeks, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
you essentially get 2 bye weeks.
That's what the Bills got with
Yeah.
freaking other ones, whatever. Okay, the Commanders take on the Chargers. Chargers coming off a loss against the Giants and Jaxson Dart. Matt, who do you have in this one?
And for that reason, I'm going to take the Chargers. They need
Because
to,
they lost.
give it. Yeah, they need to get
back
back,
on
and I think the Commanders. Is Daniels back yet?
He's going to come back this week, I believe.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm going with Washington on the road in this game. I think the Chargers, with the O-line, it's a problem. I mean, look, if you don't have your guys fully healthy, Herbo can only play so good, but if you don't have as much time, I think the Commanders are going to come back pretty healthy this week. They're going to get McLaurin back. They're going to get Jane Daniels back. I think they're going to get a big win on the road. I just had that feeling.
I understand that. I'm still going with the Chargers.
Well, wait,
I know
hold on.
that-
He has to go Commanders if his thing's going to hit.
Wait, yeah,
They have
what?
2 losses. Well, I'll give you a chance to switch it if you want.
Yeah, they can't go 15-2 if they lose.
They're going to
this
go
game.
14-3 if they lose this game.
Oh, whatever, dude. That's
He's already running off his
I'm
prediction.
done. I'm done. Yeah, no.
But yeah, I'm going with the Chargers. I know they just lost to the Giants, but dude, they want to go get this one very badly. I honestly just haven't really seen it from the Commanders. I don't think they've really played up to their expectation. Granted, Jane Daniels has been on a couple weeks, but even when he was in there, I didn't see the same Commanders that they were last year. And I'm still very, very high on the Chargers. They're going to lose. I know they lost to a bad team, but that doesn't change much for me. So give me the Chargers.
There's a big bounce back game for the Chargers. I think they pull it out at home. Like you said,
I haven't really seen a whole lot from the Commanders, and that might have just been because it was Marcus Mariota at the helm. But I'm still going to take the Chargers just because they lost last week.
Okay. Sunday night football.
Game of the weekend.
Can I please go last?
Yes.
But the Patriots take on the Bills in this game. Matt, you go first.
The Bills. I don't have to explain it. It's Bills.
Okay.
What? You good? Yeah, go ahead. I'm going with the Bills as well. I mean, it's Jalen. Might be a close game because the Bills have had their last 2 games have been insanely big spreads, and they haven't covered either one. So, I'm going Bills. Okay. I'm taking the Bills. I'm going to say that first. However, I think the bigger storyline from this game is going to be Drake Maye.
I love
Nick
that
knows
storyline.
this, but I've been very high on Drake Maye from the beginning. I think we've seen it already that he's a very good quarterback. I think in this game, he's going to put himself on the map as like Jane Daniels type emergence.
Oh,
Um,
above that.
no,
The
not
best
above that.
quarterback from that class.
No, I just think he's
No?
gonna. No, I think he's gonna cement himself as like a game-changing quarterback. Though.
Okay.
I don't think people are ready to put him there, even if he goes off. But in my opinion, the signs are there already. He's played really good football. I think this is the game in prime time. That's like his okay, Drake's here game. I'm gonna say that.
We have the sweep jinx. I'm gonna go Bills in hopes that bodes well for my team.
I did it last week, and it worked.
That it bodes well for my team. I'm gonna take Gabe's advice here. I'm gonna go Bills. I think my gut tells me we are gonna play a really good game and lose a heartbreaker, and that's okay because it's a really good team, and I do think that we're gonna put on a respectable performance in prime time. But I don't think we're gonna win on the road in this game. I think if we were at home, I would take us. But on the road, I do think this is going to be a fun game. So I'm excited for it. I'm going to go Bills as my pick in hopes that it sweeps. I mean, it doesn't sweep. It reverse jinxes or whatever. So I'm going to go Bills. Monday Night Football. The Chiefs, 2-2 now. Big win. Play the 3-1 Jacksonville Jaguars in prime time. The Chiefs are favored in this game. JP, who do you have this one?
I'm gonna go Chiefs. I kind of wanted to go last because I wanted to see what y'all pick, and if y'all all pick Chiefs, I was gonna pick the Jags, but I'm going Chiefs. I don't know. It's prime time. Chiefs live in prime time, so I'm also going with the Chiefs. Honestly, I know the Jags are 3-1, but I think they're a weak 3-1. I think the Chiefs got momentum. I'm not saying they found it on offense, but I think they have momentum going, and they're like, okay, we have a blueprint for winning now. I don't think Jacksonville's that strong on defense, so I'm taking Andy Reid and I'm taking the Chiefs.
Gosh, I want to be different so bad.
Ride with me, Nick, please.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go with the Chiefs.
That's easy.
What?
Perfect.
Thank you, Matt.
That's what I was kind of hoping for a hint here, but I'm going to go Chiefs. My gut says it's going to be Kansas City. Like you said, they live in prime time. I think this is a must win. You got to win this game. If you get back to 3-2, no harm, no foul to start the year. Jacksonville, they don't have to win this, and they're going to want to win this game. They don't have to. I think the Chiefs they played good last week. I don't think it was a fluke.
I just realized this, but can they stop shoving the Chiefs down our throat on prime
Yeah.
time?
They really
It's been
are.
every week they've
Yeah.
been in the prime time slot.
Mm.
Like, holy cow, dude,
Well,
they're horrific
Did
to
they
watch.
play
They played Baltimore and they played
the
Giants.
Giants?
No, they played
They played the
They
Giants.
had 2 like game of the week games in the 4 o'clock slot.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the 2 that weren't.
I thought you meant like
Yeah, I thought you meant
Yeah,
no. Other than
They
that,
played the
they
Eagles.
have
The
those.
Eagles.
Yeah,
And then
those
they
were
played-
all America's game of the week games.
Oh, yeah, they love the Chiefs.
all right.
But
It's so
they'll
annoying.
probably win.
It's so.
But please take, please.
I'm
All right,
taking the Jags.
Oh.
I don't care.
Why?
They're 3-1. I dislike the Chiefs.
Oh,
on the
hey.
off chance that the Jags beat them, I would rather be on the side of the Jags than pick the Chiefs. So
Valid.
Valid.
Yeah.
All right, well that's our picks for the week right there, boys. And now it's time to hop into our fantasy hot plays. We're gonna try to make this a little bit more interesting as far as having some credibility here. We're gonna start giving each other points based off of our selections, and we're gonna have a little bit of a rules based off it. So we're not allowed to take quarterbacks that are inside the top 15, running backs inside the top 20, wide receivers inside the top 30, or tight ends inside the top 15. This is season wide. And we'll keep a point total. So if you get the number one guy at the position, it's 10 points. If you get a top 5 guy at their position on the week, it's 5 points. And if they finish in the top half of their position group, which would be top 15, 20, 30, 15 respectively, you get a point. But if they finish below the entire group, which would be below the top 25 quarterbacks, whatever, there's a line and a floor, you're going to lose a point. So we're going to see who ends up being the better fantasy
Oh dang!
picker.
You lose points.
You'll lose
Oh,
points, man.
crap.
So you just got to keep that in mind before you start dishing out some misses. We had some good picks over the last few weeks, but we'll actually keep a tally on it this time. But JP, who's your quarterback this week and why?
Dang, I didn't know you lost points. I'm going Tua. Terrifyingly, I'm going Tua. I like what I saw. Like I said earlier, I think we're gonna win, and I think the Panthers are very gettable. So Tua, I could see him getting a couple touchdowns like he did last night to Waller.
Oh, okay. That's a good game to try to get some points.
This is a good one. I'm also going to go with a game that I think could be high scoring. Give me Sam Darnold against the Bucs defense. I think they might be trailing for a little bit, and I think they're going to have to throw. I like Sam Darnold. Maybe even gets a rushing touchdown.
Maybe
So
he
give me
does.
Sam Darnold.
I'm going to take Geno Smith for the same reason. I think they're going to be playing from behind in this game. The Colts have been leaky in pass coverage this year. They just saw Matt Stafford dice them up in the last game. I think Geno has shown that he can air it out a little bit. I'm expecting a big Brock Bowers game as well, so I'm going to go Geno.
Please.
I'm going to take Justin Fields. They're playing a kind of sorry Dallas defense, so I think he's going to put up points.
He runs that rock, man.
Yes.
Moving on to people that run the rock for a living, running backs. Matt, who do you have in your running back slot?
I have Alvin Kamara.
Oh, Alvin Kamara is outside of the top 20 of
Yes.
running backs, so valid
And
pick.
good value, and they're playing. I'm blanking right now on who they're
The
playing.
Giants,
The Giants.
boys.
So not a great run defense. So
I would love for AK to have a
Yeah.
great game on
I
my
think he's gonna
team.
have a good game.
I originally had David Montgomery in this slot, and then he had to get scoped out because I didn't realize he fell inside the top 20. I am switched to Tony Pollard. I think the Titans are going to make this an exciting game. I think there's going to be a little bit more offense than we've seen with Tennessee recently. Tyjae Spears is off the IR, but I don't think he's going to play this week. A closer game means more touches for TP, so I think he's going to get in the end zone once and get a lot of touches this week, so a good opportunity to have a good fantasy week.
I'm going with a bit of a cheap pick here because he missed some time due to suspension, but give me Quinshon Judkins. He's been great every time he's been on the field, and with all due respect, if Kenneth Gainwell can run all over the Vikings, I think Judkins can too. Give me Quinshon.
I'm going with your boy Trey Benson
Oh,
because they're playing a terrible Titans defense.
oh, the other side of the game.
Who Trey will be toting that rock. So
Like it.
He will be. Moving on, wide receiver or a tight end in this spot, they have to be outside of the top 30. JP, why don't you keep us rolling?
I'm sticking with my Dolphins pick, Waddle. I mean, he's the wide receiver one now. He's going to be hitting that dance a couple times.
Do you think so?
But yeah, give me Waddle. I mean, WR1.
He's pairing Tua and Waddle. He's going all
Wow,
fins
it's
this
a
week.
stack. He's stacking.
I like the stack.
We talked about the Eagles passing game a lot. I know they're playing the Broncos, but they want to get it going this week. I think they're going to let Hurts air it out a little bit because I don't think the Broncos are going to let Saquon run all over him. Give me Devontae Smith.
Ooh, outside the top 30 is crazy.
Originally, I would have taken A.J. Brown. However, Patrick Surtain is going to lock it down.
Really?
So give me Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. I'm going to go with Diggs. Stephon Diggs on Sunday Night Football. Fun game in this one. I think it's going to have some points flying around. Diggs, kind of a little mini revenge narrative against Buffalo. Work's been ramping up lately. Chemistry with Drake is growing. Over 100 yards last week. I think that he gets in that zone for Sunday Night Football and has another good game. So give me Stephon Diggs to have a great game.
I'm gonna take Keon Coleman.
Keon in the same game.
Yeah.
I think Gonzo is going to be on him, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Keon
You
Coleman.
didn't think about that, did you?
Oh no, I'm not scared.
Oh,
I'm going for
Good luck
Dear
to
Gonzo.
Keon. I will say I think Shakir is going to have a good game for Buffalo. He usually gives the Patriots problems. So,
he's probably top 20,
but
though, for
maybe
sure.
Keon will be a good pick. We'll see. Well, time to pick some sleepers, and the sleepers are going to be double the points. If you get them in the top range, you get double points. So, JP, who's your sleeper of the week?
I'm going with Darius Slayton.
Slayton.
Last year, whenever their starting wide receiver, their WR1 was out, Slayton averaged 19 fantasy points per game.
Wow.
So I'm going Darius.
I'm gonna say beginning of the year fantasy sleeper for me was Darius Slayton, so I'm with P on that one.
You knew Malik would get hurt. Crystal ball. Oracle.
Yeah. I'm going with a guy I was a week early on. I picked him 2 weeks ago and he was a little quiet and then came back and exploded. I think the Woody Marks emergence is here. I think he is cementing himself as running back one. Saw Joe Mixon might not even come back at all this year, and they need a guy that can be reliable and take some snaps for them. I'm going Woody Marks.
Like it. I'm going to go on the Finns train and go Malik Washington. This is a guy who should be the biggest beneficiary, I think, of the Tyreek Hill injury in this game. I think does have shootout potential. I can see him having an awesome game, get some return opportunities as well. I expect at least 6 touches in this game, maybe more, depending on how much they use him, and he has big play potential. So I'm going to go Malik Washington. A deeper sleeper, I think.
I'm going to go with rap return football player.
Oh, again.
2 tons. Darren Waller.
You think we're sleeping on him?
Okay. They had the whole team on him.
Everybody was sleeping on him until last week. And everybody's sleeping on him this week because they probably don't think he can put up a performance like that. So I'm going to take Darren Waller.
Alrighty. The Finns are being heavily backed by the boys this week as fantasy team. Might want to stack all of the Finns players according to the day 3 guys. So we'll see how that goes this week, and we'll see who has the most points come next week, or we'll see how many guys have negative points because we've been. If we had done it in the past, we would have had a few negative. Negative weeks. Time to get into our actual picks of the week individually. We have the day 3 guys of 4 and 8 right now. We had 2 and 1 weeks last week. All the boys, hey, bring it in here. That's how I do it right there. Oh, there you go. Now, Mr. Relevant went 0 and 3 last week, bringing him to 1 and 8 on the year.
Do not tail.
A 11% hit rate for Mr. Relevant. Hey,
I'm due.
You are due this week. It's now or never for you. Would you like to start us off with your against the spread pick of the week?
I'm gonna take Arizona. Against the spread.
What's the spread that you got there? I think it's 8.5.
You think they covers it? Wow.
8.5 for Arizona. We'll figure out the exact total there. I'm gonna go. This might be. I don't know what you guys have, but I'm gonna go Lions -10. I think they're gonna cover that on the road. This game could get really, really ugly. I think it's a very telling line when the line jumps from 1 to 10 on the road. I think we don't overthink this one. There's nothing positive going on in Cincinnati right now, and the Lions will come in focus, take care of business on the road. I think they cover 10.
I'm with you on that one. I'm actually going with a team that is not favored. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders to cover against the Colts. I picked them to win, so I think they easily cover.
The Cardinals are 7.5 point favorites. So should you get them at?
Cool.
I'm going with the first game of the week. I'm picking the Rams to cover 6.5 against the 49ers.
Wow. Be sweating Thursday night.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be a sweat, but 49ers injuries don't do it for me. So
okay. Well, why don't you keep us rolling? Who's your underdog for the week?
My underdog is the Jaxson Dart led Giants over the Saints.
Nice.
Which crazy underdog in my opinion, but it's only like
good value.
1.5. So
they've been hitting recently when you take a cheapy underdog. Who do you have as your underdog pick?
So actually, mine switched. I had the Raiders as my underdog.
Oh, okay.
Beating the Colts.
Who's your
and the team that I had to cover is the Titans against the Cardinals.
Oh,
said it was going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a close shootout.
Okay, so Titans is a spread pick now, and the Raiders are your money line.
Yeah, underdog.
Underdog money line on the road. My underdog money line is the Commanders at +140 on the road against the Chargers. Banged up O-line, like I said. Commanders get back healthy and grab a big win on the road. I think we pump the brakes on LA a little bit.
I picked the Jags in the pick'em and the value at +144. I'm gonna take the Jags.
Jags,
Yeah.
official underdog pick. The 4-1 Jags. If you get that correct, that would be impressive. Time to move on to props. Do you have a prop ready?
I do.
Who's your prop?
I'm going to take Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown.
Wow, is that our first anytime touchdown
I think it is.
of the year? We'll see if you can go 1-0 anytime touchdown. Got to try something new, a new formula. I like it. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I am going to go. I think this is going to smash. David Montgomery over 43.5 rushing yards. I'm going all in on Monty and the Lions this week. I think he has a big game and gets plenty of opportunities to hit this line. I think he's going to just go crazy.
I honestly think that's free because they're going to feed him because they didn't even give him touches last week.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that one. Give me a guy I picked as my wide receiver that I think is going to have a good day in fantasy. Give me Devontae Smith over 45.5 receiving yards. I know that's like half of Jalen Hurts' total for the game, but I think it could come on one play. So give me Devontae Smith.
Okay.
I'm actively looking at something really quick just because I'm curious. Okay, it's not even up yet. I'm just gonna go
Waddle?
no. Jahmyr Gibbs over 69.5 rushing yards.
Oh,
I was looking to change to his receptions plus rush yards after the Montgomery, but
okay. I think you both hit. And
probably
I mean,
middle, but
yeah. So Jahmyr Gibbs over 69.
well, at least one of us will probably hit.
Yeah,
Maybe both.
probably.
Because
I mean,
that game is going to be.
Yeah.
It could get ugly there. So those are the official beta picks of the week. So after some deliberation, we have decided that we are going to make our table bet. The Detroit Lions at -10. Trying to get to 3-2. I will be
Come on,
changing
Dan.
my pick. I'm happy all the boys like that pick. I'm going to change my pick to the Saints -2. I'll audible for the boys, which is okay because I do think the Lions are going to cover that spread in the table bet. We're trying to get to 20-2. So the official day 3 guys table bet to try to get back on track are the Detroit Lions to blow out the Cincinnati Bengals on the road at -10. So hopefully we can get that one, boys. We need it bad. We need it worse than maybe the Bengals need a victory. But it's now time for the heavily and much anticipated segment to all the viewers that are still watching and still with us. It's the official Is Mr. Relevant a ball knower of the week? We'll see if you're a ball knower. We'll remind you, viewers, the record for Mr. Relevant right now, he is 23-21, so over 50%. Another week with the stadium pulse high, trying to get a winning record to keep his record above 500. In the ball knower questions, he's 8-10. And in the true false, it's 50-50 shot. He's 11-7. So doing pretty well there. Boys, we have our questions ready for the week.
I'm ready.
JP, your floor.
Since the Dolphins beat the Jets last night, I thought it would only be fair for me to clown the Jets for a second. The Jets have an infamous play in NFL history. The butt fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the quarterback who dropped the ball?
Mark Sanchez.
That is correct.
Thank you.
That's good. Do you know who the defensive tackle was that forced that?
Was it Vince Wilfork?
It was. Wow.
Well, it was the
Well, the
butt
O-lineman.
of the
Well,
O-lineman.
but it was big old Vince that just knocked him back into it. But it's very good. Very nice.
All right, Bob. We did a question first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no question.
Which wide receiver holds the record for most career receiving yards?
Career receiving yards? Say Jerry Rice.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Very nice.
Right.
Didn't overthink it. 2-0 to start. Starting out hot. Oh, I don't know if he's going to get this one. I kind of like this question. Which two twins, these were both defensive backs, were on the 2019 Super Bowl champion New England Patriots roster,
no.
making them the only
Dang.
twins in NFL history to win a Super Bowl together?
Together? I thought you were going to talk about Tiki Barber and Dante Barber.
No.
Go back to that book.
Twins. Yeah, it was a great book. I think come on. Everybody read
This one, I think this is a good test because you guys know what this is.
It's not the Griffin twins because they never played together on the Patriots. I'm trying to think of twins right now.
I forgot about them.
Yeah.
Low key ball knower that you're not getting points for that. All right.
Oh my gosh. Can I ask a question about this?
Sure.
Are these guys white?
No, they're
Okay.
defensive
Very
backs.
much not.
D-backs. I guess I forgot you said D-backs. I wasn't paying attention.
Riley and
He's
his
not
boss.
paying attention to my question.
Well, no, like I missed that part.
Lock in.
Is one of them Malcolm Butler?
No,
Okay, well then no, I don't know who this is.
you forfeit.
Yeah, I forfeit.
All right, he's 2-1. I guess we'll never know. I'm just kidding. It's Devin and Jason McCourty.
Oh, really? They had twins? Oh, or
No,
were
they are
They
twins.
didn't
They-
have twins.
I'm
though.
sorry.
They didn't
sorry.
have twins.
They didn't have twins. Sorry, I didn't know that there was a set of twins. Like
Yes.
that McCourty was.
Devin and
McCourty
Jason.
was one of the.
They got a
twins.
bowl together in 2019.
Wow.
Are they day 3 guy? No, but
Okay.
you ready?
You want to just lead the day 3
Go
guys of
for
the
it.
week?
Let's leave it. I feel like I
Day
have a
3
good
guy
one.
true
I
false.
feel like this is a good one.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going with a guy that was one of your division rivals for a little bit.
Okay.
Eddie Lacy. Was Eddie Lacy a day 3 guy?
Okay, so the Packers drafted him, went to Alabama. I, for some reason, am getting like strong like memories of this draft. This must have been 2012, I think, 2011. That draft.
I don't know.
I'm getting like shades of third round. So I'm gonna say I think he went third round. So I'm gonna say he wasn't a day 3 guy.
Final answer.
Your final answer.
That is correct.
That
He
is
was a
correct, yeah.
second round.
Yeah,
Second
he
pound,
was-
yeah,
and picked
yeah.
a few picks before my goat Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy's
Eddie
a
Lacy.
stud in college.
I mean, rack.
253 pounds.
he was a stud in the NFL until he ate his
Yeah,
way out.
so he's 250 pounds.
Zion Williamson of the NFL.
Well, I mean Zeke did it too. These running
Zeke
backs in
kind of was back though for a
Yeah,
little bit.
for a second.
second, but didn't last. Yeah.
I wanted to. My guy had a week. He had a big week.
Okay.
Felt a crazy pick.
Okay.
Dexter Lawrence.
Where do you go to college?
Clemson. Clemson.
He had allegations in that locker room.
Oh,
There's a lot of allegations.
Go ahead.
He was a day 3 guy.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
He was not a day.
That boy was,
He was a
blue
stud.
chip.
All right.
Where did he get picked?
His first round.
I thought he was first rounder.
He was.
18.
I have no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first round.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No idea who he plays for. Didn't see the pick.
Yeah.
I'm so
Giants.
yeah. I'm just I'm
Dexter
sorry.
Lawrence.
I was trying to get a backup because I was worried about that, but
Yeah, that I should have asked
Dexter
questions.
Lawrence.
Honestly, context clue: if he had a big moment this week and he wasn't nominated as a day 3 guy of the week,
Mm.
he did have a pick. Sexy,
He's like,
sexy.
you should probably know he is like one of the
Well,
best.
now,
also
but
Dexter
guys,
Lawrence.
guess what? The beautiful thing about this, now I know.
he does. Well, he's gone.
He's one of the best players in the NFL.
He's 3-2 now on the week, so you are guaranteed to stay above 500.
Barely.
Is Isaiah Pacheco a day 3 guy?
Where do you go to college?
Rutgers. The Rutgers.
This is hard. He was not a day 3 guy.
That's your final answer.
That's my final answer.
He was a day 3 guy.
like
he was
the
picked
day
in
3 guy.
the 7th round
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and
It was
gritted
almost-
his way
it
to
was
RB1
almost
to
UDFA.
Kansas City. Almost a UDFA. Brings your total to 3-3 on the week, which makes you 26-24 on the season. Still above 500. You can't really be that upset about it. Had some good polls this week. Had some good questions. I got you twice. How's it?
Pretty shitty.
It's okay.
Sorry, I couldn't bleep it out.
You're so close.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, that's it for episode 8 of the day 3, guys. We'll be back
Pretty
next week for episode 9. We almost made it through without having to put the bleep in there, but we
Yeah.
it's okay. It's all right. That's what happens when you go 3-3 in the ball knowing. Hopefully the boys have a bounce back on the table bet this week. We hope the Detroit Lions just absolutely throttle the Cincinnati Bengals for the boys. But that's it for day 3, guys. Episode 8. Guys, continue to like and subscribe. We appreciate any love. Just a gritty pod, man. Just trying to get it done. But we appreciate those that listen every week, and we'll see you next week for episode 9 of the Day 3 guys.